that good kiss up.
Is it already rolling? Oh.
Yeah, so we're on here now.
That's a big treat.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, this has been 411 Sports Talk Radio on 4radionetwork.com. I am the Benchwarmer, sitting in with myself. Well, not sitting in, that don't sound right to it. I'm the Benchwarmer just hanging out.
Sitting in with myself.
Sitting, yeah. Sometimes you gotta be alone.
Sitting with yourself.
Sometimes you gotta be alone and think.
Me, I, and myself. And how they go?
Me, myself,
Me, myself, and I, yeah.
Yeah, say it like that.
Sometimes you gotta be alone and sit back and think.
The Bible says it's not good for man to be alone.
Well, the Bible also says somebody got to turn their
It
volume.
didn't say women though. It said man can't be alone.
The Bible also says somebody got to turn off their
Oh, turn off your phone. Mute your
mute
phone.
something.
Mute button. He's new. We got to give him a chance. Give him
All
some
right.
grace.
I'm the Benchwarmer sitting next to security. How you doing today?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm good. Sitting right next to Professor.
Yes, sir.
Professor.
All is well. Everything is everything.
And he
We're getting
again is
along.
sitting next to an empty seat.
An empty
She's
chair.
online.
She's
You
online.
see?
Oh, yeah, I see.
Hi, hi, Doc.
Yeah,
Say the
Doc.
right name, not the government name.
She said hello.
All right, Doc.
What's up, Doc? What's up, Doc?
Okay, and sitting next to, who will be sitting next to Doc is Preacher.
What's up, preacher?
Preacher.
Preach,
Glory.
preacher.
Reverend Deacon Dr. Doug.
Preach,
It
preacher.
is what it is.
How was your weekend, Preacher?
Busy,
Yeah?
but we had a good time. Had a real good time.
It was busy.
Yeah.
Busy is always good, right?
Always.
Well, unless it's good the
Well,
wrong way.
as we say, an idle mind is a devil workshop.
Yeah.
Yes.
So in other words,
So you was not idle.
not at all.
Okay.
I don't think I slept.
Oh, wow.
You didn't sleep?
Man, I took a nap.
Sleep is good for you, though.
I took a nap.
You took a nap.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Professor, how was your weekend?
Weekend was pretty good. As usual, spent time with the family. Sunday was probably the most of my busiest days this year. Tried to make 3 events. Tried to smooth it out.
How'd you do?
I think I did okay. Did pretty good. Lots of driving Sunday, but everything turned out okay.
You put gas in your car?
Well, that premium gas ain't no joke. Right?
Oh, boy. My
It's
son said he
like
going back down to
$3.49.
regular. He got a big old truck. He said, I think I'm going to go down from that 93 back to
Yeah, we got 340, 339 or
It's
something like that.
always happens.
329.
329, yeah. Woo.
Right before summer, they know people about to go on vacation,
Ooh.
so they up the gas
Yeah.
every summer. So it's like,
We
we
need to
should
invest
be
in gas
hoarding.
company.
Mhm.
Give me a Volkswagen.
What you trying to say?
Give me a Pinto.
I got a Volkswagen. What you trying to say? What's wrong with a Volkswagen?
Cheap.
No, it's good.
Cheap, cheap,
Yeah,
cheap,
give me a Pinto.
cheap.
You remember the Pintos, don't you?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Give me a Pinto.
But
Telling your
you don't
age
have
for
the
real.
Afro anymore.
I'll get an afro. Yeah, because you can't put an afro in a Pinto, but you always try to, right? All right, how was your weekend, security?
It was great. It was great. We did some stuff.
Okay. Yeah.
My granddaughter, our granddaughter, had her 4th birthday party. Her mommy made that beautiful cake.
Mm-hmm.
So she's in the wrong business. She's trying to go to law school. I said, you need to get some culinary in here too.
Yeah,
Go on and get you a little side hustle.
And then we
We had the meet and greet on Sunday.
on Sunday,
We
yeah.
had our aunt's 60th birthday Saturday
Which
night.
was not Saturday.
It was Saturday night.
No, her birthday party was Saturday.
Oh, her
night.
birthday party was Saturday, but her birthday is this
was-
Sunday. And somebody else's birthday is this Sunday.
That is
Somebody
Mr.
else's
Lane.
birthday is this Sunday. He will be 100 years old.
Oh no.
That's cold.
Hey, look every bit up.
What's so bad about it, my grandfather might have something to say about that because he just turned 90 yesterday.
Right.
Wow.
Yes, happy birthday,
So,
Big
Did I
Daddy.
already?
He just turned 90 yesterday.
90.
So I can't go over him.
No, you can't.
So
So you
not
are
100, maybe 89 or something like that.
89 and a half.
Yeah. No, well, I can't go. Yeah, I can't. Yeah, I can't even pass CJ. So now we got to go back.
Right.
We got to go
So,
back.
yeah, so happy birthday, Benchwarmer. We need to put you with the celebrity birthdays. Can y'all guess how old the Benchwarmer is?
Put the guesses out there.
Celebrity birthday.
Put the guesses out there, and I'm gonna.
Okay, that's just a race. You said celebrity.
It's a celebrity.
No.
Celebrity birthday.
Can I go first?
Yes, you can go first. How old is he?
No, I already know. So I didn't want to be
You know already?
Yeah.
Oh, Louis, how old is Benchwarmer?
And we're not gonna reveal the answer to the end of the night.
Oh, forget you. Anyway, so yeah, it's been a busy weekend. We're gonna have another busy weekend this weekend. We have a graduation and a birthday, like I said. So
Yeah.
I'm just trying to find a time so I can go see my grandmother. We just
Yeah.
busy every weekend.
We hope those that had opportunity to get out and vote today.
Yes.
Oh
I
yes.
certainly did.
I see you got the button on.
I did go
The
vote.
sticker.
Woo!
Let's see.
Pull that sticker out. Pull that
got a
one out
sticker too?
last year.
Oh. Somebody got
He
judged.
saved it from last year. Oh.
All right, well, let's keep it moving though while you looking for your sticker. Birthdays.
All
There
right,
you go.
nice.
I don't like putting that on my clothes.
You just gonna hold it for next year.
Yeah. So how voted
He
again?
holds it in his wallet so he can say.
The record speaks for itself.
It's gonna look like a used condom out there. You put them in your wallet.
Let's see.
How would you know?
Cause mine don't. I mean, it's not like
How would you know?
I don't even know. Somebody told me they come in flavor now.
Oh,
So, in other
okay.
words-
That TMI. Let's get go back.
I got some in my head. I can't say it.
Please
last
don't. Please
last
don't.
time I actually saw one, held one, I think I was about 24 years old. So.
Damn.
Mm.
Anyway, so Naomi Campbell.
Moving on.
Birthday.
Naomi
Campbell.
Naomi Campbell. I know she's up there in age.
I already know her age.
I'm gonna say she is 45.
All right. 80. You can't be looking on her.
You
No,
can't be looking
I'm
it up.
You can't be.
I'm not.
Oh, okay. How old is Naomi Campbell? The model with the attitude.
49.
All right.
She's 48.
She's
Okay.
48.
She is 48.
You know who you don't have?
Julian Edelman.
Ralph Tresvant. Go ahead.
Who? What's his birthday name?
It was early this week.
earlier this week. Julian Edelman.
Julian Edelman.
Yeah. Wide receiver for
Who that?
the
Well,
New England Patriots.
he's coming back from an
Oh.
ACL injury.
he's still playing.
I'm going to say he's 29.
All right.
Mm.
Throw an age out. Anybody?
He's retired. When did he
No,
retire?
he's not retired.
Oh, he's not retired. He's still playing.
Mhm.
26.
I would say 28.
All right. He's 32.
Whoa.
Okay.
All right. All right.
Johnny
Go ahead, my
Gill.
brother. Johnny!
Johnny Gill.
You messing me up.
Let me see.
He's old like you.
He's 50 probably. I know Ralph Tresvant is 52, so he might be 54.
Okay. You can't look way over here on the paper.
Put on your red
I want to say
dress.
Gill is 51.
Okay.
Some of those
Yeah, he's
high
51.
heels.
Okay, it's 52. That was circle
I
whack.
said 52.
Oh, you said 54.
Oh, 54. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, you
I was close.
Maxwell. Well, Drew Carey. Drew Carey first.
Drew
Drew Carey.
Carey.
He'll be 20 tomorrow. His birthday is tomorrow.
20.
Drew Carey.
So Drew Carey is 46.
I wouldn't accept that.
Oh, no. Drew
46.
Carey's got to be in his 50s.
All right, give me an age.
57.
Okay.
No, 54.
60.
59.
Ah, see?
Maxwell.
Maxwell. 53.
Did he just die his
I don't
Who?
know what he done.
I don't know
He
what
cut it all off.
Maxwell.
He's trying to be another Kanye West.
Help us. Help us, people.
Maxwell. 44.
47.
He is 44.
Yes, sir.
And then Joan
Older
Collins.
than that. Who?
Joan Collins.
90.
Wait a minute, Joan Collins is still living?
Yeah.
See?
He said
You know,
he's
she
still
made a
living.
movie one time.
Yeah. Was it Mommy
Mommy
Dearest?
Dearest.
Yes.
Somebody.
I wasn't talking about that movie.
I had
Oh, which one
never
you
seen
talking
that
about?
movie before
Until
until recently.
So what?
I'd never seen Mommy Dearest before until recently.
I don't
There's a couple
recall.
movies that I've been trying to watch. I watched Gone with the
with the
Wind. Movies that I've never seen before. There's a lot of classics that I've never seen. So Mommy Dearest was one of those.
I'm going to say
Sounds like
she had to have been born in the late 20s or early 30s.
She
So
probably
I'm gonna
about
say
80.
she's born in 20. That's 90. I want to say born in 25. I'm gonna say she's 92.
All right. What do you got?
91.
All right. And you said
92.
84.
No.
84. Shut your mouth.
Okay, I'm gonna be quiet.
I'm sorry, John. I'm
Sorry.
Hey, I'm just following suit. I'm sorry.
All right. So, Brett Favre he confessed that he did use drugs during his playing career.
He did or he didn't?
He did. Vicodin,
But
Vicodin
okay,
drinking.
how long have you been out the league?
But Vicodin is a
He's been out of the league
painkiller.
for a long time, so he
At
can
least,
confess
what,
that.
about 10 years now?
Yeah, he can say something.
Yeah.
It ain't been no 10
It
years.
ain't been 10 years, but he can still say something.
But he's already been put in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, so
Right.
he ain't nothing he can do about
You
it.
can say it now.
Yeah, okay.
Y'all can't take it back.
So in other words,
Lawrence Taylor did it, you know.
LT.
Matter of fact, they said Derek Thomas did it.
Mm.
Okay. Terrence Williams was arrested for public intoxication.
I'm not
Which I
surprised.
Ran his Lamborghini into a pole.
Mm-hmm.
Then come back on a motor scooter to go.
They said it was an electric
Wow.
An electric bicycle. It was a electric bicycle.
Wow.
It was a motor scooter. Yeah, same thing.
well, not really.
He had his neighbor come get him at 5 o'clock in the morning. What is Terrence doing all these out at 5 o'clock in the morning?
Goodness.
Remember the last 5 o'clock in the morning incident he had when he was out racing at a strip club racing?
Right. Yes.
So is his
He
career
needs to settle
over?
down.
No, nothing. No.
He needs
They gon-
to
you know
settle
they gonna
down
suspend him,
somewhere.
I don't
They're
know.
not gonna-
I don't think they're gonna suspend him.
NFL gonna suspend
I
him.
think it's gonna be just a fine. I mean, his bond was $369.
Yeah, he paid. If he couldn't post that, there's a problem.
Right.
If he needed a bond,
But,
there's a problem.
I don't think he's gonna get in trouble. No, I don't. I just don't see that as a major situation.
All right, and then Dennis Smith Jr. makes the All-Rookie second team over Alonzo Ball.
Well, Alonzo Ball's on the second team.
He's on the
too.
second team too, but Dennis Smith Jr. had more points than Alonzo Ball.
Oh, okay.
Dennis Smith Jr. had like 89. Alonzo Ball had like 74.
That don't surprise me.
Mm.
Alonzo Ball was supposed to make the All First from his daddy.
Yeah, let his daddy tell him.
Let his daddy tell him.
LeBron Ball.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
supposed to be A1 number one.
DSJ is going to be a really good player in this
He's
league.
going to be like, if we get another player with him, because Mariners again get the 5th pick of the draft.
Mm-hmm.
If we get another. Okay, and then trivia question.
Okay.
Yeah, I got 2. Which one you want? You want the first or the second?
Don't matter.
It don't matter. Okay.
Number 1, go ahead.
Number 1. Who is the youngest player ever inducted into the NFL Hall of Fame?
The youngest ever?
Uh-huh.
Well,
NFL Hall of Fame. Not the shortest. NFL, we got to get your sports together.
I'm going to say Earl Campbell.
I ain't going to say nothing until the end of the show.
Okay.
You got a guess?
did Barry Sanders ever get in?
Barry Sanders is in.
Yeah, he's in.
Give me the initials.
No. Oh, no.
And that's a good choice. Barry Sanders. I'm probably wrong with
Emmett
Earl
Smith.
Campbell, but, you know.
No. I mean, I ain't going to get the answer to
I'm
it.
Well, you
just-
gave the answer now.
Well, we know it's not Amy
wrong.
Smith. We know it's not Amy Smith. It could be Barry
I don't
Sanders.
know.
So the second question I had,
Mhm.
and you can ponder on this one right here.
Mhm.
Just give us the answer.
How many Cowboys haven't been inducted into the NFL?
A lot.
And can you name
Come on. Just give us the answer.
So that's a
We
two-part
got time for all
question.
that.
That could be a 2-part question.
Oh, do you want the number and
Tony
player?
Dorsey.
They have not been inducted.
How many have been inducted into the
Tony Dorsey.
Hell, you can
O.J.
start with this
Simpson.
year and go on back.
Yeah.
O.J. Simpson didn't play for the Cowboys.
No, I'm talking about your first question.
Oh no, that ain't that right now.
The train, what was his name? Ernie Davis.
No,
Did he get a posthumous?
but that ain't the answer.
No, okay.
Have,
I'm gonna say,
Too Tall Jones.
I don't
Who?
know.
Dwayne.
Dwayne Thomas?
Yeah.
No, he's not in.
Too Tall Jones?
No,
Oh, he didn't get in
he didn't get in. He didn't, are you doing Ring of Honor or Hall of Fame?
I'm just saying.
You just throwing out names. Want me to give you the first question, the first answer?
Yes,
Well, I know
that's what I've been
Mr.
I'm
I'm
gonna say
waiting for.
16 as
Mr.
far as
Carter.
number.
Okay,
either.
16.
Mr. Cowboy.
For the how many inducted? 16 is the right answer.
Wow.
Are you serious?
That is the right answer. Yes.
All right.
You
He
always
is
hanging
not a
around.
professor for just no
He's
reason.
always hanging around.
Right.
He is a professor.
Trying to get a ball.
Can you name
Bring
them?
me a ball.
I probably can.
Oh
Okay,
my
we'll
goodness.
say that.
Yeah, I probably
Okay,
can.
first question.
Mhm.
Who's the youngest player ever to be inducted into the NFL Hall of Fame?
Who that?
I know it's not Earl Campbell. His name
Who
is
that?
Screamer.
No, it's
but
not. It's not Earl Campbell.
That's what I
Who
thought.
did he play for?
A team in the NFL. What they did, they played football.
Okay,
The youngest player ever.
what was the team he played for?
Huh?
What was the team that he played for?
A one in the United States.
You know what?
Now his answer was Barry Sanders, which is very interesting.
That's not the. That's
Marcus
not the answer.
Allen.
Ah,
And
man.
that's not the answer.
The youngest player ever elected to the Pro Football Hall of Fame.
And he's a player.
Bo Jackson.
No. Bo Jackson not even in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Is he not?
No.
Oh, he should be.
Troy Aikman.
No.
No. I'll give you a hint though. When you're on the lines of Bo Jackson, you're in the right vicinity.
Bo Diddley.
Gail Sayers?
Gail Sayers.
Ah!
Gail Sayers. Get out
All
of
right.
town.
How old was he when he
How
was
old
inducted?
was he?
I'm gonna say he was 39.
No. 34.
Okay.
Wow, that's
That
is
awesome.
really-
And at that time, players were still playing at 34 in his genre. I mean,
Awesome.
he
I think
came
he
to
only
the league,
played 8 years.
6, I believe.
6.
He came to
So
the league
what
with
sweetness-
Dick Buckus.
Dick Buckus. I had the
Did you have a
hiccups.
hiccup there? That's something.
That ain't
He
come out right.
transferred. He transferred the hiccups to me. He had them earlier.
That didn't come out right. Dick Buckus. Yeah, he was 34. He was
He
in
That's
Transferred them
1977.
to me.
Okay.
He was inducted.
The year I was born.
I need some water. I have been drinking water. But I need-
something else.
No, I don't do that.
I got
That
something
ain't
else.
my.
Anyway, so
That ain't my
that is an entertainment segment.
That's not the entertainment segment.
I'm sorry, that we was entertained though, wasn't we?
It was
Okay,
entertainment.
then. That
Trying
was
to take over my
the
stuff.
initial segment. When we come back, we're gonna get into we'll get into the NBA and these dang Cleveland Cavaliers. They not going nowhere, are they?
Watch your language.
I'm not surprised, and I'll tell you why.
Well, wait a minute. What did we say last week? What did I tell y'all? What did I
I
tell
think
you?
about you.
I said Siri.
Don't sleep.
Okay, so we're gonna go to a quick commercial.
Yes, and when we come back, we're getting into this NBA. We're going to the both sides, the West and the East, because we gotta hit the game. We gotta hit the game tonight, don't we?
And
Yes.
guess what?
Houston
For you guys
and
on
Golden
Facebook
State.
Live, you won't hear us talking because we found a
Right.
mute button.
All right, this has been 4-1
I
Sports
don't know
Talk
about the
Radio.
radio listeners.
4onradionnetwork.com. We'll be right back.
Let's roll.
411 Sports Talk Radio on ForumRadioNetwork.com. Kicking some new flavor in the year with Craig Mack. Hopefully say Charles Mack.
Rest in peace.
Craig, yeah, he did pass away.
I thought he did.
That's what I
Yes,
said.
he's deceased.
I
Yeah,
thought that's what you said.
that's what I said. We been long gone a long time ago.
No, it wasn't a long time ago. It's just recently.
Okay, well,
We just talked about that a couple shows ago.
dead on another day, still dead. All right, this is 411 Sports Talk
So
Radio.
crazy.
ForumRadioNetwork.com. We had to
Oh boy.
switch some stuff around.
Here he goes.
No, we good. We are good. We're good. Okay, so let's get into
Any
this.
engineers
Let's
out
get
there?
into the in this NBA conversation.
Yes, sir.
Cleveland
What?
beats Boston, and 2 times in a row. So now the series is tied 2-2.
Right.
I told you they going to game 7.
And the game, it was almost like a switch of the whole game. So your first 2 games, Boston was in control. There was no doubt in your mind those first 2 games. And then you go back to the second 2 games and Cleveland was in control.
Right.
Although Boston did have a little bit of comeback last night.
They did. I thought they were going to
They
come
had
back
a
and go
little
ahead
bit
and
of
do it.
comeback. So is that and LeBron had to pretty much do everything again.
He scored 44 points in 42 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty much
With
had to do
7
everything.
turnovers.
Exactly, and that's what's going to hurt them in the long run. And the other thing is, Boston doesn't lose at home either.
But that's why the series is tied, because they have only won one road playoff game this season.
Right.
Boston,
Right.
Yes.
and they lose but they win everything at home
Yes.
Mhm.
Which is why I say it's going to be Boston in 7.
because they'll win.
It's going to be Golden State in 7.
So now the format is they come home to Boston.
It's
Then they go Cleveland.
2-2-1-1-1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they come. So you're playing in Boston.
Right.
They're going to
So they're
Cleveland.
going to win at
They
7.
win the 7th game in Boston.
Yeah.
Okay.
Boston, Cleveland, Boston, Boston.
Unless Cleveland can pull one out in Boston,
They won't.
They have to beat Boston one time
they've got to.
for them to beat them in the series. Other than that, if it's all home games for both teams, Cleveland will
It's done,
lose.
Yeah.
It's done.
It's done deal. So what are you saying? You still saying Boston?
Yes, and that's in large part because, as you can see, Boston has more scoring across the table
Yeah.
than Cleveland. They're all the scores are balanced.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
In Game 4, you have all 5 starters had double-digit scoring.
Right. Right.
And the Cavs had 4 players in double digits, but only 2 of the starters, including LeBron, were in double digits. The other 3 came off the bench.
Mm.
But if you're gonna have
Kevin Love's got to step up.
the way the Celtics are scoring, as balanced as they are, that's why they're going to beat the Cavs. And also, I mean, again, when you're talking about Kevin Love, when you're talking about J.R. Smith,
Mhm.
Tristan Thompson,
Mm-hmm.
if you're going to stay with Boston, you have to have at least 2 or 3 of your players from the Cavs to be just as effective as the way the Celtics are playing.
Yeah.
But
Right.
because you have LeBron James who's trying to do it himself, once again, if they go to the finals, he's going to be tired.
Retired, yeah. He's
So
retired.
Boston is a better.
And if
They'll-
Boston, and once Boston takes them to 7 games, let's say they take them to 7 games, he finally tries to pull that off. Whoever you play in the West is gonna kill you.
Well,
right.
Although it would probably be a better matchup between Houston and Cleveland than it would be between Boston and Golden State.
State.
We'll get to Houston and Golden State
Right.
because that's a little bit that series right there scared me. But let's stick with this Boston and Cleveland series. For LeBron to have to, first of all, when LeBron disappeared that first game, I think that hurt the whole series.
Yeah, I
Mhm.
think so too.
I think that tore up the whole series.
He only scored 15 points and he turned the ball over, I think, six
Six
times in that game.
And he continues to turn the ball over. What's up with that?
Hey, don't get me started on that
Well,
because the
thanks.
great ones don't do that kind
Well,
of
Straight
stuff.
up.
The great ones don't get dunked on either. Because I saw a whole clip of LeBron getting dunked on.
Hey, I mean, with this series, LeBron is who he is, and you're gonna get the most out of him. But again, he has
That's
had
all you can get.
he has had trouble from. I don't know if it's because of his play, because he's so dominant, but I think he does involve the players around here, because you see he's averaging, I believe, 7 assists per game in this series
Yeah, but
alone.
I'm sorry, but he involves them at the wrong time.
Well,
LeBron could be sitting at the basket, going up for a layup, and then kick it back out. I've seen that so many times from LeBron.
if you can score, score.
Yeah, if he can score, score. Stop going up there and go up for a layup and then kick it back out. What sense does that make?
I think LeBron's trying to make up for the lack of scoring from the supporting cast, but as long as the Celtics continue to have a balanced scoring that they're having with their 5 starters,
Yeah.
The method, it's almost like that Kobe Bryant method, where Bryant scores 6 and everybody else is in
Scoring
single
like
digits.
15.
It just don't
5,
work like
yeah,
that.
Yeah, and it doesn't.
It just don't work like that.
Well, no, it could work like that in the East
Well,
because that's the division he's playing in.
it is the East.
You know, and heck, the other team ain't scoring either.
Who?
Well,
Boston is.
Boston is. I'm just saying, most of the times you can have a series like that right there, and because you're in the East, while you may score 60, you may have someone else scores in double digits.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody else in the East, on both sides of the ball, will score by 5 or 6 points,
Mm-hmm.
single digits.
Mm-hmm.
That's just what the East is, and I'm gonna say that until they prove me wrong.
LeBron had 44. Kevin Love only had 9 points. Tristan Thompson 13. J.R. Smith 9. Hill with 13. Kyle Korver with 14. Then you look at Boston. Marcus Morris 10. Tatum 17. Al Horford 15. Brown 25. Scary Terry Rozier 16.
The problem.
All 5 of the stars solid in scoring and it's
The
balanced.
problem I saw last night with that game is Boston was playing too fast.
Yeah.
Boston was actually driving down the court. I mean, running down the court, and number one, their passing it looked like the passing wasn't on target.
Mm-hmm.
They were just hitting whatever they could hit, and then by the time they actually got somebody set, you know, the 24-second clock was running down,
Mm-hmm.
and they couldn't hit a 3 to save their life at the end of the game.
Right.
You hit 1 or 2 threes, and that's pretty much it. And then you have to come down and try to hit a 3 every single time. They wasn't hitting on nothing on threes. They was playing too fast.
Yeah, because Cleveland shot 51% from the field, the Boston's 41. That was the key stat of the game.
Yeah, they was just
Cleveland
playing
shot
fast.
better than Boston overall. So, and then they out rebounded Boston by double digits.
And the offensive rebound was crappy.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
Boston have seen in the last 2 games is not the same Boston I saw in
They're
the
not.
first 2.
Well, again, they've only won 1 road game this whole playoff competition, which says a lot. If they end up beating the Cavs to go to the finals, they will get ousted
Yes.
by the Warriors or the Rockets.
Rockets doesn't matter because they're scared of the road.
If you can't win on the road, you're not gonna win a championship in this league. It's just as simple as that.
They're comfortable at home, but when they get on the road, they it's like they panic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
What's wrong with that?
And
Well,
appreciate
They
right.
need to learn how to
panic.
play on the road.
But you can't figure that out at the conference finals.
But then again, like I say, hey, only the best belong on this level.
Right.
Right.
But the best is not in the East; it's in the West.
Well, you have to.
So you said Boston lucked up being in the playoffs?
No, they didn't luck up.
Well-
The draw of the cards. I mean, Toronto wasn't gonna be there.
You have to give Boston credit because they went this far without Kyrie Irving and Gordon Hayward.
Right.
They're top 2 players,
Which would have
and
been.
you still went this
And you,
far.
still, and you still can go further. And is Curry coming back this year?
No, he's out for the
gone, right?
Both out for the
Both
season,
gone, right?
Yeah, they're
So
gone.
you can still go further without those your 2 top
It
players.
says a lot about the
Imagine
coach
if they
and
were
Brad
in.
Stevens.
Exactly, and it says a lot about Danny Ainge.
Yes,
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the way he put that team together.
yes.
He put some players together that wow. I'm thinking, man, how come the Mavericks don't have him?
I think when you look ahead to next year, even if LeBron James stays in the East, which I don't think he will, but let's say he does, I can't put them as a favorite because Boston is showing me that they're more of a complete, better team than the Cavs, even with LeBron James.
Right.
It's
Right.
just
So you had Kyrie
they're
Irving.
playing good ball.
If you had the 2 top players, then this probably. I mean,
This
maybe,
is
maybe your home games, your road games won't be that difficult.
right, and that's true.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
Maybe your road and Kyrie Irving would love to be in there while he's beating LeBron,
Right.
who kicked him off the team.
Wow. So, but yeah, I'm expecting the series to still go 7 games. I think Boston will win Game 5, and
What if they don't? Then it's wrap.
if they
Yeah.
don't,
If they don't learn how to
I
win
still
on the
think it's
road.
more than 7 games. I don't think Brad Stevens is. If they go down 3-2, he's winning Game 6 in Cleveland.
Okay, but can they beat them twice in a row? See, that's what you're gonna ask.
Yes, they did.
I mean,
They've proven that, but so is Cleveland.
away and at home, because that's what you got to ask yourself now.
Well, that's true.
If Cleveland wins in Boston, can Boston? Because now Boston needs to bring two to the table.
Yes, they do.
Oh,
Can they do
yeah.
it? Can they do it in Cleveland? Number one. So if they've only won one home game out the whole playoff series, can they bring it together, Game 6, and then come back and do it again, Game 7?
No.
No.
And I'm gonna flip the script. No one is beating the Celtics in the playoffs this year at home. Nobody.
Okay, so that means
They're 10-0 at home in the playoffs.
So that means they got to put it together in Game
Yeah,
5.
they gotta
It only takes one.
That's all it takes.
It
It takes
One.
one. That's true.
That's all it takes.
That's
So,
It's like winning a lottery ticket. All you need is buy one.
That's it.
For one reason or another, it's hard to beat the Celtics at home. I don't think Cleveland has the firepower to do it.
Maybe it's the aura of that garden.
Well, LeBron James alluded to that. He said they
The
have
look
to
of
use
the
the Lord
Irish.
as somebody as a mental advantage for them. He talked about that today. So
But the great ones don't talk about stuff like that.
well, he's LeBron James.
The great ones close it down and just play within their game.
Of course, he's just a king, though.
No,
He's just a king.
He ain't no king I know.
he's
Self-proclaimed.
self-proclaimed. Yeah,
He's self-righteous king.
yeah. So I mean, you're saying Boston, still Boston and 7.
I'm still taking Boston 7, as I said before the series started. Boston 7.
Anybody got a different opinion?
I still got Boston at 7.
Last week, and I'm sticking with mine. I said Cleveland will take it. They'll get bumped next time.
I'm saying
I just
Boston.
want some chicken wings. Either way.
2 wings or
2
extra
pieces and a
pepper,
biscuit.
just in case.
And pepper.
Pepper.
Go ahead.
Pepper.
Pepper.
Go to Williams Chicken. Well, you know that Williams Chicken,
Man.
2 pieces of fries.
Their fries are good though.
Yeah, but
Okay, let's not talk about food. Let's not talk about
Yeah.
food.
But see, I had a nice pizza earlier,
See?
and then before that, I had a good bacon.
I don't want to hear
Yeah,
all about your
cheese
food
sandwich.
today.
How does basketball talk going to football?
I know.
Food talk.
Keep bringing up food.
All right,
I'm
let's
going to
go
take
to
a break.
you.
Let's go to the second
Go get
side.
some food.
Let's go to the second side. The West plays tonight.
Yes.
Houston and Golden State. And Golden State. I
Are
mean,
we going to turn it on? What time's it on?
I don't know, because once we turn it on, y'all
Yeah,
just
Lewis, he
lock-
zones in.
zero lock focus. I mean, we will turn it on,
Thank you.
but it's 9 o'clock, so
Oh, okay.
yeah.
They come on at 8.
They come on at 8. Yeah.
Oh, during the entertainment
Yeah,
hour,
yeah,
so
so-
we can't watch them during the
So
entertainment
0
hour.
lock focus, but what I'm
You can only watch them during the sports segment.
Golden State is up. What is it?
2-1.
2 games won,
Mm-hmm.
and all Houston got is that one game.
Yeah.
When Steph Curry came back, what's up?
Do Golden State have a chicken waffle where they are?
See, you gonna stop talking about food.
And see, then Golden State, so it might be some golden chicken.
Oh
They
my
might do chicken and
God.
waffles.
See,
Oh my goodness.
They might do some chicken and waffles.
Y'all are so
I'm just trying to
wrong.
help out security here.
Hey.
No, don't help me out.
And they're playing at Golden State, aren't they?
Yes,
they
the
gonna
game
win.
for
This
it
game
goes.
for
They gonna win.
Golden State.
See, this is a little
They're
bit
gonna-
different.
And then they took away home field advantage
Thank
from
you.
Houston.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
They took away home
They
field
took
advantage.
You said Houston's gonna win.
They-
I said they was gonna
They
win.
beat 'em like they stole
That
something.
means Houston's got to take this game.
They not
They
gonna
showed
do it.
me
But the way Steph Curry is playing
in Game 3
in Game 3, yeah,
when you
He's
beat
back.
Houston by 41 points.
yeah, and the number one
In a
seed
playoff game.
has never
Beat
beaten by
them
41 points in the
like
playoff
they
game.
stole something.
That was the most the Warriors have ever beaten a team in the postseason in their team's history.
Yeah.
And where
4-1.
they at? Where they happen at?
That was Golden State.
Oracle Arena.
That was
They
Golden
gonna
State. And then they
win.
got and they back to Golden State
Golden
again.
State. They got it.
I keep telling people, Golden State, I'm gonna say it again, it's 4 to Houston's 2.
Yeah.
Steph Curry,
Yes, yeah.
Kevin Durant,
Yeah.
Klay Thompson,
Thompson.
and for what it's worth, Draymond Green
Yeah.
Mhm.
versus James Harden
And
and,
James Harden.
well,
you got
and
him
sometimes
and
Chris
CP3.
Paul,
Sometimes.
and then if he ever come on the series, Clint Capella. But that's still got enough
Yeah.
offensive power to. I mean, look at the score.
But now Iguodala is not playing.
Huh?
Iguodala is not playing.
Yeah.
I mean, but
I don't think that's not gonna bother Golden State.
But,
No.
That's not gonna be a factor.
No.
Not
No.
at all.
It's
Golden State, I mean, they
Too much
shot
firepower.
52% from the field of the Houston's 40. They had 18 steals
right.
to Houston's 4.
And
They
the problem-
out-rebounded the Rockets.
And the problem here is that James Harden cannot get to the line.
and that's where he lives his
He
life.
lives his life on the line. He cannot get to the line.
Yeah.
And I think I know why, because this is a Golden State team that the refs call it. They make calls different.
Mhm.
Right.
If this has been a Maverick or something like that, he got to the line. But they make calls different when you talk about stars on both teams. They make calls different.
Mhm.
So,
Audience comment alert.
what you got? Tell Rev to get out the phone and pay attention.
We not in church.
His name is Preacher.
That's Gwen.
Yeah.
But if James Harden can't get on the line, and that means CP3 has got Chris Paul has got to step up.
Yes, he does.
And that's another thing.
To me, they look like Westbrook and Kevin Durant.
Ooh.
When Westbrook was on the floor and Durant wasn't on the floor, it was all about Westbrook.
Mhm.
Right.
Once Durant got on the floor and it was Westbrook and Durant, it was almost like one of them took a step back and said, "Okay, you play."
The
But
chemistry.
see, Durant
off.
scored 27 points in this game. He is still getting his when
Oh, yeah,
Steph got his 35.
No. But I'm talking about Westbrook when it was OKC.
Oh, back then.
Yeah. When it was
Yeah.
Westbrook and
Yeah,
Durant,
flip flop.
they could not team up.
We
and do
talked
nothing.
about that several years ago about that. They
Yeah,
just could not get
couldn't
on the
do
same
it. They couldn't
page.
do it. This might be the same case.
Mhm.
When you got Harden, just think of that lineup. If you had James Harden, Durant, and Westbrook, and all of them on the same page at OKC,
Man, look, that should have been the Golden State.
that should have been a Golden State.
Yeah, that lineup.
That lineup right there should have been it, but the lineup never came to fruition because OKC
But see,
traded.
Harden was on the bench.
Yeah, but Harden was still good though.
He was still good.
But they traded him away.
Yeah.
You're missing one thing. Spotlight.
Yep.
Who can share the spotlight?
Harden and CP3 does not. Somehow or another, they not sharing. Well, I can't say they're not sharing the spotlight because they got this far.
There's been a couple instances
They
where
wouldn't play on.
the cameras were on CP3 and Harden. They would have words.
Exactly.
But in that same like Westbrook and Durant,
Yeah.
it's the same thing. It's the
They will have
exact
words.
same thing. So then why CP3 wants to come here and
But
then
that's what Durant told Westbrook. You can have it. I go somewhere else.
and he did.
And
he did.
And went and got what?
And he did got a ring.
And so everybody think Kevin Durant was a sellout. I don't think he was. I mean, he went to
No,
a
he
team that was
didn't.
already good.
He did the same thing that LeBron did.
Mm-hmm.
He did the same thing that Ray Lewis and not Ray Lewis but
Ray Allen.
Ray
said
Allen.
it.
Like Ray Lewis. Are we talking football or NBA?
He did the same thing. Ray Allen, where Paul Pierce was already there,
Well,
and then who did they get? It was the big three.
In terms of Miami,
No. I'm talking about in terms of Boston.
you talking about
Rajon Rondo.
He
You
was
talking about
tackling
Grant?
Okay.
KG?
Kevin Durant. Kevin
Garnett.
Kevin Garnett. Yeah.
But
Jesus Christ.
that team was
Tongue-tied.
deteriorating though.
They ain't tongue tied. That is not tongue tied. I don't
That
know
team
what
was
that is.
deteriorating. They were getting old. So
And they brought them three in.
So yeah, but where they are now, cause who's gone from that but still playing? Is it Allen?
Ray Allen from where?
Ray Allen was in that group with Rajon Rondo, Kevin Durant,
Yeah,
and Paul Pierce.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you, that offense worked
It
because
did.
of Rajon Rondo.
Yeah.
He was the main reason why
You
that
had your
offense
quarter-
worked the way it
you had your
did.
quarterback, but CP3 is supposed to be the quarterback for this offense,
And that wasn't going.
and he ain't just like Westbrook was supposed to be the quarterback for OKC.
That's not happening because he's too dominant of an individual.
So
He
that's
wants to
okay.
score the ball.
It was a Westbrook,
Yes.
and he don't want to give it to nobody else.
He's more of a scorer than he is
So
a captain.
that's why Grant left.
So we don't have a quarterback for the Mavericks then. That's the reason.
Man, we
why
ain't got a team for the Mavericks.
Boy,
Uh,
look.
We ain't got offensive line. We ain't got no
Nothing.
receivers. We ain't got no.
Offensive line and receivers.
we talking about quarterback. We in the same genre. We ain't got nothing for this team.
Cedric is.
I'm just saying, we
He's
ain't.
over there butchering.
Okay.
I'm like,
you
are
said-
we
what you
talking
said, quarterback.
NFL or NBA?
Well, no. NBA, there's a quarterback on the NBA.
Okay.
There is a quarterback on the
I
NBA.
understand that part, but you talking about offensive line and
I'm just saying, we ain't
you
got
saying some
coaching. We got
NFL
coaching,
terms,
but we ain't got,
throwing me off.
But the reason
we ain't got
why
special teams.
the reason why the Dallas Mavericks won the series and when they beat the Heat, what Jason Kidd had a lot to do with
Kidd,
that.
the quarterback.
He's a true quarterback and point guard to get the balls in the right spot.
And he had great role players.
Right.
Jason Terry, Sean Merriman. You had some great role players.
Sean Merriman, that's a football player.
Okay.
Sean Marion.
Sean Marion. Yeah.
Okay, we need a break. We need to take a break.
Take the wheel.
Please, take a wheel. This man.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
I think we need to time out.
Yeah, time out on
Yes,
that.
I guess
Wait a
talking
minute,
about-
ask him, is it a 20-second or 30-second?
It might be a full minute.
Hey, we talking about basketball, but he gonna throw in a red flag.
I'm challenging the play.
I'm so glad I know my name to get him straight because
Please,
I just
somebody.
been like, what is he talking about?
Somebody.
You knew what I was talking about, right?
Yeah.
I was speaking of other, like other role players that the
Thank you.
Mavericks had.
Let's let you know how much he is in the football than he is in any other
Yeah,
sport.
right.
Hey, I can go to rounds.
Okay.
Okay.
See, I think about them. Those rounds are harder than I think about the other rounds.
Okay. But I still say Warriors in 7. And I'm kind of shaking about that because this series look like it ain't going
I
7.
think it's going 5.
More so 6. I'm sticking my 7.
And if they do,
I
Golden State is definitely going to
Well,
win.
if they go,
they
I'll
have
tell you
time
like
to
this: if the
rest.
Warriors win tonight, it's over
It's
for
over.
the round.
Yeah, it's done. It's
It's
done.
over.
I agree with that. I agree with
Yeah.
that. And if they do win today, I'll give you one more better. Their series is going to end, I think. And let's say Cleveland wins. Let's say Cleveland go ahead and beats out Boston, and they got to go 7.
Alton.
And they got to go 7.
Mm-hmm.
And Warriors
Mm-hmm.
go ahead and clear out their series now. It's gonna 4 games. It's gonna be 4 games.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And LeBron will be another. Put that on. He'll have more wins. He'll have more losses
More losses.
in the finals than Jordan had more wins. They'll be tied.
And stop comparing him to Jordan.
If the Cavaliers and Warriors meet again for the 3rd time in a row, I'm gonna tell you again, the Cavs will get ousted.
Yes,
Again.
I agree. 'Cause
Now in the part 1, Cleveland got a hold of the Warriors.
because the Warriors got tired.
But they had Kevin Durant,
They
which is
had
why
Durant.
they got Durant
Mhm.
the 2nd time around, and he proved to be the difference.
And I would even go as far as to say, do you want Durant or you want James, LeBron James?
Right now,
Who would you want on your team, Durant or LeBron James?
Can I have both?
on the Warriors?
No.
On the Warriors.
You gotta take one.
On the Warriors.
Doesn't matter. You gotta take one though. You're starting the NBA team. Who you want, Durant or
It's
LeBron?
got to be LeBron James.
Why? But Durant. First of all, LeBron don't play defense because
I beg to differ.
No,
he got some D on.
no,
him.
we watched LeBron, we watched Durant go right, scoot right past LeBron. I done seen some folks dunk on LeBron like it ain't
I
nobody's
would say
business.
LBJ because he's more of a complete player, maybe by an inch than Kevin Durant.
But wouldn't that be a good discussion?
He's a good point forward. He can play center if he wanted to. He can play an off guard almost like MJ. He can play all 5 positions easily. Kevin Durant, even though he's 6'11", going on 7 foot, I can't say he can play the 5.
But he played the position he plays it.
He can play the 4. He can play the 3. I can't say he can play 1, 2, or 5.
But do I need a player?
LeBron James can do that.
Do I need a player? I need a player who's not going to give up on me, or who's not going to tank on me.
Well,
I'm talking
now-
about his on the court play. I need a player who's not going to tank on me, who's not
Well,
going to give up
we're
on me.
looking at that now with LBJ. The problem is you don't have help.
Doesn't matter.
That's the problem.
You take Durant and you
Yes,
go
it does matter.
No, you take Durant and you put him in OKC. Before Westbrook got there, he was the team.
Who
He
was
didn't
the
have
team?
Durant. Before Westbrook got there, Durant was the team. He didn't have no
Who's the
help.
team for the Thunder?
He-
Yeah.
oh, yeah,
Which
he
is
had
why
no
he's
help.
gone.
Well, no, he's gone because the Thunder sit down and let Westbrook take over.
Mm.
But he didn't have no team before he left. I mean, before Westbrook got there, it was no team. It was just Durant, and you knew Durant was still that good of a player.
But Durant and Westbrook was on the same team. One
And-
night it was Durant scoring 30, Westbrook 15.
Yeah,
The next
and-
night
and-
Westbrook 40 and Durant 21.
And
But-
guess what? They're in the West.
Well, I mean, that's true.
Yeah. So,
Okay, that's true.
Put all that together there in the West. You put
Okay.
Durant in the East, it'll be a whole new different conversation.
Durant will wreck shop.
Exactly.
I understand that.
Exactly.
But you asked me a question.
I know, I got you.
See Durant over LeBron James. It's just not happening. I just can't do it.
You can still do Bird over LeBron, huh? Or Magic over LeBron.
I'm not doing Michael Jordan over LeBron. That's
I'm
for
talking about
sure.
Magic over LeBron.
I would choose Magic
Most
over
definitely.
LeBron. Yes, I would.
Uh-huh.
Definitely.
All day long.
All
Magic
day
Johnson
long.
all day over LeBron.
But once again, we talking about different eras here.
And that's true.
And that's true, but
That's
the
true.
era we're talking about that Magic
So-
played in was
so-
a more tougher era.
Well,
Yes. Yes.
that's
We talking about
LeBron couldn't play
that's
back in that
comparing
era.
apples to
we talking about
oranges
baby
here.
cakes around here.
So in other words, they cannot play. Who's playing now?
They can't play in that era. We get ousted.
We
That was
used to
some
beat
tough-
them up on a
Exactly,
on a blacktop.
That was
Okay.
some
Black
street
top,
ball
yeah,
back then. That was street.
No. You can't. No.
Yeah. When you talk about shutdown defense, no, Marcus Smart is the one that is getting to shut LeBron down
Right.
on defense. Now you got several of them back in that era. You got Joe Dumars, Dennis Rodman.
Oh yeah.
You got shutdowners back then.
Like Santa
Mason.
Claus.
Yeah, Mason. Yeah.
He looks like Santa Claus on this screen.
Oh.
You know what? We're gonna break on that.
Yeah, let's take a break. Let's
Yeah,
take a break.
we're gonna
sorry.
break on that right there. You know what? You can't come in like that right there.
Let's take a break.
Yeah. Tell him he look like Santa Claus.
He did.
You know what? That ain't even right. That is not right. All right, this has been 411 Sports Talk Radio, 4radionetwork.com. When we come back, we come back to the hour of power, the time that we really sit here and hang out with, because we don't know black sports around here. We'll have the
Can't
entertainment hour.
stand sports.
All right,
We need some entertainment up in this piece.
there you go. We'll be right back.
Let's roll.
All right.
See ya.
on
It's very
ForumRadioNetwork.com. As you see, the studio has gotten bigger, or can you see? You can see it. The studio has gotten bigger, or not bigger. We just got more people in here. And you know, the more black people you get, the more hot it's gonna get. So we got the fans going. So if y'all need to sweat or something like that, you got water.
Oh yes, there's water.
Yeah.
Fruit snacks.
Yeah, this is the entertainment hour. This is the hour that we come to know as entertainment. It's a securities hour. So go ahead and tell us what you got.
It's my hour. I have.
Speaking to the mic.
Oh,
Like you tell
you
everybody
gotta
else.
remind me. Well, I have Connie Fernandez here. Okay.
No, I
I'm supposed
got
to
it.
have on my headphones, but I like it with that.
Okay, go ahead. You good.
So Connie Fernandez is a playwright and director, and she has an upcoming play. What was that?
Go ahead.
That's him out there. Yeah, I thought I heard an echo. Okay, so we have them as guests on the show, and these are some of her supporting cast here, and I'm gonna let Connie take it away.
Okay.
Hey guys, like she said, I'm Connie Fernandez and I am a playwright. I've directed in the past, but I'm not directing this play. The play is called Mommy, I Forgive You. And to my right, we have some of our cast members. Amazing actors, I'll tell you, they are really bringing the story to life. Mommy, I Forgive You is a personal story of mine, and it talks about what women go through after an abortion.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they don't tell us what we go through. So for 17 years I suffered with a lot of shame, a lot of guilt, a lot of anger. And I'm finding out that as I'm speaking more and more about the play, I'm finding out that men suffer as well. So I actually have an actor in my in the play. I'm not gonna mention his name because I don't know if he wants to share. But when I told my story to them the first day, and talked about my expectations and everything, he said his wife or his girlfriend, I can't remember, had an abortion. He was he went through. He was sad about it, but he said he didn't realize that he pushed the feelings aside. And when I was talking to him about the abortion, the feelings just started coming up.
Wow. So for your feelings as a woman, when it happened, how old were you first of all?
I was in my early 20s. I had 3 children already at the time.
Wow.
And it was in June of '91. And it was tough.
I can imagine.
It was
you
tough
already
because
married and
I was already married. And I was the woman who always said, I will never do that. You never know what you're gonna do
Just
until you're
comes
in
to
that position.
right, exactly.
So don't say what you will never do.
I know that's right.
Because I was so against it, but then when I found out I was pregnant, I forgot everything I told myself and said to everybody, I would never do that. My first and only thought was, I have got to get rid of the baby.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, women don't talk about the thoughts that go through their minds either. A lot of them struggle with the reasons why they can't have the baby.
Right.
And
When did it take you some time to really, I'm sure that your husband knew, but other people, did you share?
That's another thing that my husband did not know.
He didn't?
He didn't know until years later.
Wow.
Just read the play.
Yeah, we got to go see this play. Because I have to share that with you saying all that, that was something that I struggled with as well. Mine was as a result of going through divorce. So, and I know he doesn't know to this day. I never told him.
Really?
I told him and I told my daughter. And those are the only 2 people now I'm telling everybody. Those are the only 2 people that I've ever said that.
Some phone calls tonight.
Yeah.
So, okay. I know you interviewing me.
Mm-hmm. Oh
But
boy.
this is-
Go to the cast.
This is the ministry of me though.
Give me,
There you go.
give me.
Tell the women, did it, okay, you told your husband,
This
right, this husband, but you didn't tell the baby daddy,
Mm-mm.
so you probably don't know now, but anyway.
Well, I don't think he watches the show, but we were going through a really bad divorce, and he was already seeing someone else, and they were getting married. So it was just like, what's the point? And I already had 3 kids, and here I am struggling with these 3 kids already, going through divorce, becoming a single mom. What am I gonna do with the 4th? So those were my thoughts, and like you said, that was something that I didn't believe in. I didn't believe in abortion. I was like, but I was at that moment, it was just like, I just don't want to go through that. I don't want to be a single mom with 4 kids. I ended up being a single mom with 4 kids anyway, but.
But you hear the one word you keep saying?
What's that?
I.
I didn't. I. Mhm. It was all about me.
Yeah, it was all about me. It was selfish of me. I'm going to speak about me. It was selfish of me because it's never the child's fault.
It's not. It's not.
And once the child is born, it will work out.
And
It will work itself out.
yes. And when I had my 4th child, I realized that.
So what did it do to you?
Oh man.
She should have been in the play.
No. I'm not doing any plays. Well, you said never say never. I don't know. But when I had my 4th, which is so funny because when I got pregnant, that was the one thing that the father wanted me. He wanted me to have an abortion, and I refused because I'd already been through that, and I regretted it. And so I was like, I am not doing that again, ever. I'm going to stand to what I said, that I don't believe in it. And my baby boy is like one of the most special kids in the world, and I don't know what I would do if I didn't have him here. I mean, he's just a really sweetheart, and I mean, he's given me a lot of trouble over the years, but I can't say that I regret making the decision that I made to keep him and not go through with that again, because he really is a special child, and young man about to graduate, got a almost full ride to college, and he's just done so many things, and I when I think about it, like right now as we're talking, I was like,
I see.
oh my gosh,
Sure.
what would have,
And those are let me tell you, that is what the play is about, how we can be delivered. So to the point where when we talk about it, we won't tear up. And if we do tear up, it'll be tears of joy, not regret, not sadness, because you want to ask yourself, why am I emotional right now? Why am I tearing up to talk about it? And obviously you haven't talked about it in years.
just to him and my daughter. And when I told my daughter, she was upset with me because she's like, all these years I wanted a sister. And, and I was like, I didn't think about any of that. I just thought about you 3. I thought about me having to deal with you 3 by myself. I thought about him already being with somebody else, and he wasn't going to come back whether I had a child or not. I didn't want him to. Honestly, I was done with it.
Well, here's the
I
thing.
didn't want anything else to attach me to him.
Right, exactly.
So, and again, I.
Well, yeah. I mean, we all go through that at some point in our lives. I, whether it be what we're talking about specifically, which is abortion, or whether it be something else. But in the play,
Yes, the play.
it talks about my journey to healing. Okay. What I found out also doing my research is there are so many women
I can imagine.
suffering.
I can imagine.
And let me tell you, those of you that are listening, God can actually connect you, give you that spiritual connection with your child.
Wow, okay.
I have 6 children that I raised. My 7th child is in heaven. And I look so forward to seeing him one day. Cause I have a child in heaven. Oh yeah.
I think mine was my girl, the girl that my daughter wanted. It's her sister. Yeah. And I just didn't. And I always wanted another girl. I got one with him. But I wanted a baby.
Thanks for
another
sharing,
baby girl.
Shelly.
Ooh, girl, thank you.
So I have a question to the cast. When you guys read the script, when you guys read the script, what was going through your head while you were reading the script? Anybody can start.
Anybody, speaking to the mic.
Don't be
God,
shy.
I knew you guys were gonna do this to me. I was not expecting the actual basis. I read the title of the script. I had already made an assumption of what it was about, and it was not about anything that I thought it was. And it was personal for me as well, being a woman. You experience things. Mine was different. I wasn't married. I wasn't a divorcee. I was a teenager, 19, and just having a nice time, and found myself in a situation where that was possibly the best option at that time.
Wow.
For me, because I wasn't even able to take care of myself, but it made me hold on to the blessing of giving birth to a child. It made me appreciate the sacrifice that God had bestowed on me again, because that could have been one and done.
Yeah, that's true.
And I know women like that who made the choice to terminate for whatever reason, and then was never
Able to.
given the choice or the option again of having a child. And of course, it's always, I probably shouldn't have done that, but you just don't know.
Right.
So I always give that sacrifice of saying, I'm a mom, it's a blessing, it's not a curse. The only curse is, of course, is when they look so much like they daddy.
Oh my goodness, girl.
And daddy didn't do nothing.
Oh my
He didn't
goodness.
do nothing.
Did I whoop this?
You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. Can I at least have the top lip, the chin, or something?
When they act like them too.
Oh, good. So I was grateful when I was asked to join the cast, and who my character is, and how supportive she is of the lead and her choices, and it shows that women can actually get along and support each other, and it not be messy and catty, and they men can be around, and it's no disrespect, it's love. I love the cast, the gentlemen. They allow me to be myself in character and out. And being out is always a character.
I was gonna say, what's that out character like? It seems like it's a character.
All the time. So yeah, but I'm gonna let
Yes,
the
we want
brothers.
to hear the brothers,
Thank you.
the gentlemen. Come on, guys.
I know I can mesmerize.
When we first did our table read, and we just kind of went over it, it was real enlightening, eye-opening, and really felt. You know how you can like read some scripts and it's like, you don't kind of have to patch here and do this and
I
kind
don't know
of
about reading
do
scripts. Tell
fillers.
me.
Like do fillers, you know what I mean? So if pretty much if the story had holes in it, then we would have to kind of improv it.
Oh, nice.
So with this script, it was like, wow, okay, it was so powerful, and it was so flowing and fluent throughout that it really just, okay, we can do this. And then when the characters pretty much came to life by us, it was like we were handpicked to do this in the roles that we were, positioned to get. Yeah, we just really just knocked it out the park. And I mean, our chemistry, it's like family. You know what I mean?
Wait. Have you had any experiences with abortion?
I haven't, no, but I mean, I know
Personal
people.
experience?
He got like 75 kids and he got like
Oh my
600.
goodness.
So he ain't been that boy not one time.
Look at
Hell, you having that,
Like, really?
Pow.
You having that? Hold on, I got one next to you.
Wait.
You better not talk to them, that's your brothers.
Oh
Right.
my goodness.
And see, she only saying that
We
because
need
I
to
got
have a
twins.
family reunion.
You know what I
You
mean?
got twins?
I have twin
You have
girls.
multiple twins?
No, I
multiple
have twin
sets?
girls, but I mean, my brother has a set of twins on the way.
Oh,
So
my
it's like,
goodness.
yeah. So
That always trips me out when people have multiple sets of twins in a family,
Right.
like back to back to back twins. Like,
Yeah.
how do you do that? Why do you not stop?
Right.
After the second set of twins, I'd be like, I'm
Enough.
scared.
Right.
Chase, what's up?
All right, so we don't know names.
Khalil.
Khalil.
I play,
You
my
want
name
a
is
real-
Jamal. My name
Jamal.
is Jamal
No,
Perkins,
famous names.
and I play the role of Chris.
Chris, okay.
Chris, okay.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I try to keep it, professional at all times.
Keep 100, right?
My
10
name,
100.
There you go.
We waiting on
Say
Khalil.
something.
Wait, hold on.
my name,
Oh,
my
Latricia.
name is Latricia,
Mhm.
and I play the character of Rayshawn. Ray. I mean, AKA Ray, because I'm sure I get the party story.
Right.
Oh, so you the ghetto part.
Yeah.
Oh,
Exactly.
wow.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just
Wow.
Ray.
You felt that.
You know,
Ooh,
most
yeah.
of the times a Ray is a brother.
Straight from the hood.
Madam Hostess,
But
no
you go-
disrespect at all
You
to
can do
what is
what you need
about
to
to
say.
take place.
You can say what you
And
need
let
to
me
say.
tell you something, baby.
See, boo boo. See,
Boo-boo.
I didn't call you
Right
boo, I
there.
called you baby. I am the classiest ghetto queen you ever gonna meet, but you shall never address me or title me as being ghetto. Bougie, I'll take, but ghetto, never. I ain't remember to do it.
bougie then.
Thank you.
Gotcha.
How about Booze Ghetto?
Love
Booze
it.
ghetto?
Booze Ghetto. I like it.
Booze
Okay.
Yeah,
Ghetto.
I'm blended.
Cause she got
Okay.
the rings too.
Right.
She
You
blinking.
know what I'm saying?
Bling,
Right.
bling, bling.
I'm
I
just
do
saying,
love the earrings, honey.
I feel you.
darling.
I feel you. All right, now let the
All right.
professor over here speak.
Yeah.
We got a new
With it,
professor.
got
Yeah,
at
yeah.
least the suit on.
Yes,
don't
you
talk.
sir. I
Don't
need you to
talk
speak
in
into the mic.
Girl, this is regular. What are you
This
talking
how
about?
you look every day?
See, this-
Boy, you doing something to me, you better
I
watch
bet
it.
y'all had fun on the set.
Oh, trust me, yes. Well, my name is Khalil Donovan. I go by Cool Milano.
Oh, wait.
Cool
You
mulatto.
have an accent.
Yeah.
Yes.
You didn't know?
Yes.
This is my
I
Trinidad.
heard a little bit when we were in the hall, but now I really hear
That's
it.
him.
Yes, that's a team.
No, I like the
Is
cool
that your
mulatto.
real?
Yes.
Yeah, that's
You're
it.
not doing your acting
Nah.
thing right
No.
now.
No.
Where you from, man?
Virgin Islands.
I ain't
Virgin
virgin about
Islands.
this island.
St.
Daddy
Thomas?
telling
I
me.
lived in St. Croix for 6 years.
I'm just getting it together.
Really?
I went over to St. Thomas several times. I worked in St. Thomas. I flew the seaplane over there
Oh,
to the district court.
Yes, yes, you
Mhm.
definitely.
I
Yes.
knew it. I heard it. I heard it out there. And I was like, wait, no, he didn't say that. Okay, anyway, go
I'm just
ahead.
on the cool mulatto stuff.
I love when I hear, people from the islands. I just
Yes,
miss
yes. So what drew me to this? Well, as far as I'm concerned, I mean, I know I was called in by the last show of Rain, so I was called at the last minute. And when I read the script from the whole entirety, I felt very much concerned about the men in the whole entire play. Acting for quite some time, a lot of the substance, it sometimes touch on men, but this one, I realized that it has a lot to do with supporting the men with the decisions women make when it comes down to abortion.
Yes.
And for my character, he's much supportive. At the same time, he still looks towards the future. He doesn't really care about past decisions. He's always looking forward, and it's a big correction. So with the whole entire script, I enjoyed it. There's not a dead spot in that whole entire script anyone could fall asleep on.
And who's your character?
Russ.
Russell,
Yes.
Russell, okay.
Interesting that you say that is because I think everybody has a particular character in this script because, you know, I'm like you, I've never been in that situation, but my wife, because when she told me that, I was like, okay, I understand that happened, but you know, you still have to move on.
Mhm.
You know, you can't live in that past
Right.
because you can never go back.
Correct.
You know, and if you live your life going back, you'll never go forward. Let's go back.
Yeah, your
Oh,
mic is
I'm
hitting
going back.
that. Your mic is hitting something.
I'm trying to go back now for it. Anyway.
Reverbing.
So I was kind of I didn't catch on to that until she actually told me, wow, okay. So what do you do about it? You know, because when you sit on it, then it's gonna fester.
Right. And I actually had a time before that where when I was 16, my first son, that was something that was put on the table, and I stood strong against it when I was 16. But then when I got in the situation with the divorce, I didn't. I caved. I feel like I caved on that. Yeah.
Yeah, see, and unfortunately, women do sit on it.
Mm-hmm. I don't think it's.
No, I can.
Unfortunately, women do sit on it, and you know, and we're told you can't live in the past, you can't live, you know. But if you haven't dealt with it, you know, the Bible says seek wise counsel.
Yes. And I don't think I've ever done that.
Right, and so I thought that I was okay. And it affects your relationships, it affects your marriage. The anger was just really building up. You know?
And you didn't know that it was building up.
No, well, I thought that it was from something else.
The root cause.
So here's what we do, because we, you know, say, okay, it's from this, so I'm gonna go get counseling for this. So, cause what happens is, you know, when the abortion happened, of course, well, before that, I was molested, so I had that from age 12 to 17. And so then you put everything else that on top, you put everything on top, and then you have to peel off the layers. You have to peel the layers, so you have to deal with everything accordingly.
Wow.
And it's hard because peeling off the layers brings those emotions as if it just happened. And a lot of people procrastinate to go get help. They know they need to go get help because they know the pain that they have to deal with.
Wow.
It's almost like being able to look yourself in the mirror and exactly know this is who I am. And don't be shy about looking at yourself in the mirror and saying this is who I am. I do have to ask a question though. As you was writing this script, okay, how hard was it to write it? Or did the words just flow off the page?
No, it was very hard.
Yeah.
Let me say something about the script too. Randy McDowell is my director and co-writer. She was supposed to be here, but she couldn't make it. And I just want to say
That's why I
that.
said 4 and not 5. Okay, cool.
I'm sorry.
That was our fifth guest.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
You listen to me closely, aren't you?
let me say that she took the script, and like he said, it doesn't have holes in it. She took the story that I had, and she made it what it is. It's the same story, but she made it for the stage.
Wow. Awesome.
And she is an amazing director. Shout out to Brandy McDowell.
Shout
I can say, hey, how you doing, girl?
What happened was
It's me, Ray.
I was writing a script. My mom got sick. And after after we got my mom situated after her death, my mom said, you keep going, you keep pushing. I'm so proud of you, because in October 2015, I entered a play competition with the Mommy Unforgiven, and I won first place.
Yeah. That's what it it came to my attention. I saw that. I was like, what Connie doing? I need to go and look.
Yeah. So now, that was just like a 10-minute skit with 4 actors.
Wow.
So, and it was extremely powerful. But Brandy, you know, I would send her the script. She said, no, you need to fix this. Send it back. I write. I'm like, I can't do it. Because, you know, my mom had just passed. She said, I'm going to write the script. I said,
Oh,
let me tell you
that
something.
was
God
a
is good.
blessing.
All the time.
Wow.
God is
When you want something to get done, it's gonna get done.
Yes, sir.
Mm.
It's going to get done.
Yes.
Yes.
So,
Better preach, Deacon.
Okay, we will.
Oh, my
Right,
goodness.
right.
so we do have a great cast. And the thing that I love about my cast is that they are into the story. They want to tell the story. They don't just read their parts. They know the whole story.
Wow.
So the chemistry that they do have, you know, when they rehearse, it's amazing.
Wow.
That's good.
That's awesome.
But it's gonna be great, guys.
So
It's gonna
when
be
does it
great.
play?
Off the chain.
The play is June 9th.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, I mean, we got to tell the audience.
Yes, June 9th. And it's gonna be where?
It's gonna be Medical City, Louisville, Grand Theater
Grand Theater,
in
yes.
Louisville.
That's right.
Okay.
Doors open up at 5:30
Sharp.
sharp.
Okay.
Loose.
Not CD time.
The
Not
show
TV time.
the show starts at 6:30
Sharp.
We will be there.
Tickets
Early.
are
You
Tickets are on sale at eventbrite.com. Just look for Mommy, I Forgive You.
Mm-hmm.
Or you can contact me to keep from paying the Eventbrite fee.
Yay! That's always good.
And we can, you know, work out getting you guys.
Awesome. And you guys have a giveaway. You have a giveaway.
We have a giveaway. We are giving away
Yes.
2 tickets.
Ooh, and
Well, we were talking about giving it away. Wait
So
a
we
minute.
have an entertainment trivia question that we're gonna give the audience, and the first person to
They,
contact,
yeah, by
they
Somebody
can
get these
message
tickets.
us, they can put it on Facebook,
Yeah.
What's that?
and
The
or
cast
on
cast
Connie's
win.
page. The
The cast cannot win.
But
Anyway.
cast cannot
No, the cast cannot
What
win.
about our peoples?
Your peoples
They
can
don't
win.
know.
Well, it's up to you. Your peoples can win.
But the cast cannot
Okay,
win.
so the entertainment trivia question, it should be easy. We've all seen The Wizard of Oz. Have we not? The
Yeah.
Wizard of Oz. You ever seen The Wizard of Oz?
No,
I ain't
but
talking about The
I have
Wiz.
seen the Wiz.
Not
I've
The
seen The
Wiz.
Wiz, but I'm talking about The Wizard of
Yeah.
Oz.
I mean, I seen the black
So
and white.
You know
what
she was
was-
Ray Ray.
What was Dorothy's last name? That's the trivia question. Anybody know what Dorothy's last name?
From the Wizard of
From
Oz.
Wizard
The
of
original,
Oz.
the original
What is
Wizard of
Not
Oz.
the Wiz, not the Wheels.
The original one.
The black and white.
Yeah, the black and white version.
The black and white.
White
Yeah.
that turned into color.
Yeah.
His last name is wrong.
So we will check
Not
back
that Dorothy.
Not that.
later
Oh, there's a meal.
and see if we have
Oh, yeah,
any
yeah,
responses.
not that one either.
Not
And
that,
then
no.
we'll let, they may respond on your page.
Do not answer if you are out of town and you cannot attend
Right.
the play.
Exactly.
Please don't give away the answer.
Please,
Don't
please.
do it.
Yeah, we really
So-
want to bless somebody. So
So we'll pick a random person from the answers that come in.
Can I
And,
say, my
yes, ma'am.
peoples don't answer on my page because I wouldn't know if he was right or wrong because I have no idea what's happening right now.
I'll let you guys know.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, hold
It's
on.
called Google it.
Yes, sir. You got an answer?
I think
Let
so.
me see.
I think, yeah, that's
You gotta spell it correctly.
Oh,
yep, that's not the one.
You gotta spell it correctly.
You gotta
I see.
spell it
You
right.
might got an answer already. You might got a winner.
Everybody got it.
And
You
don't
get a
Google
winner?
it. Somebody Googled it.
Cause somebody just told them.
Well, you know they're gonna Google it.
Yeah.
I remember.
Okay, so
We don't want to Google
I mean,
it.
Spell it right?
Google is a powerful
We
thing.
want
you know how it goes.
Yeah.
University of
Mhm.
Columbia.
Okay, well, you the first. We'll give it to you.
Yes, you go.
We'll give it to you.
No, it's not spelled right.
It's Gail with a Y.
Yeah.
So do we
Gail
have a
with a Y.
winner?
We do
That's
have
okay.
a winner.
We
You can
have
announce
a
her.
winner.
That was
And you
Ebonics.
Boy,
What you say?
That was Ebonics, so she spelled it right.
just hush.
Okay, so the winner is
Da. Where's the drum roll?
Michelle Wagner.
So can we
Thank
do the he say, she say?
Oh,
Well, we
yes,
got
you guys
everybody
have
on
to be a part
One of
Okay,
those.
what's he say,
of
she
our
say?
he say, she
Oh, I
say
don't
question.
have
So
Okay.
it's a hot topic
Let's do
that we
it.
have.
Let's do it.
And
Preacher,
it's-
professor?
Preacher and professor, y'all come on in.
Preacher
You
and
gotta be a
professor.
part of
Everybody's
it.
got names,
I
right?
like
Yeah, we all have
I'm
names.
the benchwarmer.
Come on in.
The preacher gone.
So the
Preacher
Are
guy.
you
Yo.
the one that kept naming basketball players as football
That's the
players?
benchwarmer.
Oh my God, you don't even get to be on the bench. You should just be
I'm
in the
warming it.
stands.
No, I got
Eating a hot dog and a
Where'd he
slushie.
go?
waterway.
You
He
work
said
for
he was
me.
hungry.
Oh my goodness, really?
All right. So
Okay, anyway, so come on
That's
over here. So
security.
you're in the screen.
That's security. You
she's
the bench
security.
warmer.
I'm the
She's
benchwarmer. She's
security.
security.
This is
That's the
professor.
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 Because he analyzes everything. I'm
Yeah.
security because I make sure we do it right, do it clean.
There you go.
Good.
Yep, try to
good.
keep it clean. I try.
She don't always succeed
Oh,
I don't
you get a
succeed
little-
very often
because I'm the benchwarmer.
because of him. But anyway,
You
so
know what
the
you
hot
Got a
topic
boucher in
is
the hat.
the hot topic is where is it? Wait a minute, I gotta pull it up.
You're ready.
I should
Security.
have.
Say
I'm not being very secure right now.
it.
So the question is, would you feel comfortable with your boyfriend or girlfriend going on a business trip with their ex to watch their kids and they stay in the same hotel room?
Yeesh.
Let's repeat that one more time.
Yeesh.
Would you feel comfortable with your boyfriend or girlfriend going on a business trip with their ex to watch their kids and they stay in the same hotel room?
Hell to the no.
Keep it clean, bitch. Keep it clean.
Okay.
Heck to the don't sound right. when you
Keep
say
it
heck.
clean.
Oh, we got
Wait,
answer
wait.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
It's
There's
from a
a
male
situation?
perspective
No,
and a
no, no,
woman's
it's not a
perspective.
situation. I feel like if I'm single,
No, you booed up.
I'm moved up.
Yeah.
You got a girlfriend,
I got
though.
a
You got a
She
girlfriend.
girlfriend.
going to the
But
out
she
of
not
town.
going.
That's what the question is. You can't change the question.
So she has an ex and they have kids together, and her ex says, I need her to come with me on this business trip to watch
'Cause
our
it's his
kids.
weekend.
And we're gonna stay in the hotel room because we need to save money. So I need my ex-girlfriend, your current girlfriend, to stay in the hotel with me and our kids so I can do my business trip. And what do you say?
Just leave her here with me. I
Do
got
you
this
trust
covered.
her?
Do I trust her?
him?
Right. No, it's not him. It's her because it's a choice. And if she says now, keep
Yeah, I
it,
mean, I feel
There
like
you
this. Listen.
tell him.
I'm very, very confident and secure in what I bring to the table.
Yeah.
So, I feel like when I send her off,
That's a
you
good,
know,
strong,
you know what I'm saying?
that's a good,
You
strong,
gonna let her go?
that's a good strong answer. When I send her off,
Yeah,
it's gonna be
No,
all right.
you guys are not hearing. He said he gonna
When I
send
send
her
her off,
off.
yeah.
When I send her off,
Ooh, he gonna
Wow.
send
She don't know
her
what she
off.
returning to.
Won't you go with
You
the
got
used to be
any
love of your life?
comments?
And y'all go stay in the same hotel too so y'all can save some money and watch your kids.
You just
Go
want
ahead and do that.
go and put extra on it.
Yeah.
He already gonna send her off.
Y'all comment on my page about that one.
Yes.
I
mean,
Y'all
I read
have to
my
say.
thing.
That might
What
be
is
another
the
playwright.
business?
Yeah, that might be another
What is
play.
the, first of all, what is the
What
business?
business? Yeah,
What is the
yeah.
business?
What if you
You know what I'm saying?
What if you
Because
work
why
at
does
Chippendales?
Right, because what business you have with my woman, and that's your ex? What is the business?
The kids.
Yeah, she said.
Well,
yeah,
he's
yeah.
on a
He said
business
business
trip.
trip.
He going on a business
Right,
What
trip.
he's on a
business is
business
that?
Why the kids need to go on a business trip with you?
Exactly.
Hey, that was how
Maybe
she
Disney
framed
is in the
question.
area. He wanted to take him to Disney later.
Right.
Maybe Disney
You
or
gotta
some
trust
kind
your
of attraction is in the area,
Yeah,
but he
Disney.
wants to take them there later after his
And
business
you gotta
is
know
done.
that she gonna be respectful.
Okay.
It be the men that walk around.
Hold up. She doing
No,
our
no,
talk.
no,
Flip
no,
the script.
no.
Right.
No, no,
Flip the script.
Yeah.
Flip the
Okay, so
script.
come on,
Understand this,
Patricia.
right? Yes.
Right.
Trust has to be stable. 100%. Honesty,
Period.
truthfully.
Right.
Cool.
Which means you and the ex.
What business it is then?
See, we still going back to that.
Okay, I'm going
I
to
wanna
just,
hear what
I'm
you
just
say.
going to answer this really, really quickly.
Come on.
Okay, so when people cheat, they make a choice to cheat. If there's no choice, that's called an assault, okay? All right. Now, if we have children together,
I'm right there with you.
Me too.
I'm saying if ain't mutual, somebody taking something that they not authorized to take.
Oh, my
Okay, that's what I'm saying.
Going around the corner down the block to say
I wonder where you
something.
going with this.
Let's make my point, Pastor.
What you
Oh,
do?
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah,
Stop preaching,
you
let
You don't
me
have a
go.
felony, right? You don't have a felony in your past or nothing?
No.
All right.
No misdemeanor or anything?
Not in my.
All right then.
What I'm saying is, it's mutual. It has to be
Class
mutual, a choice,
Right.
okay?
Right.
Now, if I'm 100% honest with the man that I'm in a relationship with, and I tell him up front, babe, we're going out of town, he's on a business trip. Actually, you can go, but that wasn't part of the question. But
We want your answer. What would you say?
right. I mean, I would.
That would be my answer.
I would take my man. Honestly, if it's nothing to hide and we going out of town and it's on baby daddy,
We can all stay in the
you know what I'm
hotel
talking
together.
about? Hello, Mickey Mouse, we all getting ears. You know what
Hello.
I'm talking about? You get ears. you
Go
get
ahead,
ears.
Ray Ray.
I'm just saying, so you have to
But
trust
it's a
your
single
man.
bedroom home. Hotel.
Again, it's trust.
We'll be in
I'm-
the
it's
sleeping bag.
trust.
Y'all can stay in the room.
I'm with
It's
I'm with
trust.
you. What business trip do you go to with your child?
This is a question you posed, and I'm just being.
Okay,
I'm
so
giving
that
a
is
20.
too.
Yes, come, daddy.
All right then.
Come as much as
What's your
as
answer?
often as you want.
Wait a minute, damn.
Told me it.
I was thinking
We-
about the
we-
multiple business trips, and I'm like, come on, as much, come on, every time.
Because I mean, really and truly, kids on a business trip.
Remember them
what
two
business?
What
is this?
business trip? I'm going
Right,
to say
right.
Like Chris said, he could have a contract with Disney. He could have a
Okay, well,
contract
now,
with,
well,
you know, it could be a Disney cruise.
Well, you got a contract with
We rolling.
Disney. Okay.
That's what I said.
We
My
all-
man
we
would be
all
coming
going,
with
We
me.
right?
all going.
That's
That's
what
why I
said.
started my answer with my man would have to have a relationship with my ex, or it would be
right.
Right.
it's a catastrophe.
Yeah.
So if the two men in my life can't get along,
Right.
knowing that this is my king and you just
Then
my
somebody ain't
baby's
going.
daddy,
Right.
then you better find you a babysitter, honey,
Bring the
because I'm
kid.
with thee.
Bring the kids over here.
Right.
I'll take kids.
Pay me, I'll watch him. And
Right.
then I gave birth to him. That ain't the same.
You know your favorite babysitting your own kids.
Be up in his
Yes,
own
yes,
scene.
yes, you do. It's called
No.
child support.
No,
How do you have
do
a
a
response?
percentage on the child support.
Hello.
Put another
Like I said,
percentage on the
I'm
child
not
support. I'm
touching
good.
that 10-foot
No
pole.
comment.
Sauce on it.
Yes, that's why
Professor,
I'm-
what you got over there?
Hey, Professor.
Professor, what you got?
I am so sorry.
Somebody hand him a mic. Hand him a mic over
He
there.
voted y'all. He got the sticker.
Yes, I did.
Hand Professor a mic. Let's see what he got to
Come in
say. He
here.
always
Come
rounds
on,
us out
scooch
here.
in.
No,
It
I'm
reaches.
good.
There you
I'm
go.
good.
You got it?
No, seriously, it was an easy answer for me. All you have to do is be in remembrance of First Thessalonians 5:22. We are to abstain and avoid the appearance
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Bring it back to the
Say
Bible.
of evil.
Say
That
it.
was my answer.
It's not avoiding evil, but the appearance of,
If I
because
don't feel like a sinner.
we have to.
We was gonna say that afterwards.
Where the water
Come
at?
on, boo.
Holy Allen.
Let's all make it appear.
When Shelby first presented it, I mean that verse came screaming in my spirit.
Wow.
Because God is telling me you have to stay cognizant to the witness of the world.
Yes,
Always.
yes.
And if you see a pastor at a bar, what you gonna think?
First how we know he a pastor.
Who?
Never mind.
if you see a pastor at a bar with a bunch of drinks around, you gonna believe he's drinking, but he might be there trying to witness to somebody.
He's having
But
communion.
you have to think about
Purpose there.
that we have to avoid the appearance of evil.
Mm-hmm.
And when she brought that question up, you have to ask yourself, if I'm with my ex-wife or ex-spouse on a business trip,
But see, the thing is, this is boyfriend and girlfriend. I wanted to.
well,
I'm
I'm
glad you
saying
said that.
I'm saying
It's
ex though.
boyfriend and girlfriend though.
But they baby mama
It's
is
boyfriend and
dead.
It's-
But
girlfriend.
they baby mama
But
is
see,
dead.
the
I still
whole
look at
thing-
that as the ex, just
Well,
ex
yeah.
period.
I hear what you're saying, but the whole point of it, I wanted somebody to catch that. It's not a spouse, it's a boyfriend and
Boyfriend and
girlfriend
girlfriend.
wanting to stay in
Oh,
the
so
same
y'all not really
hotel
tied
with their
anyway, so-
kids. So they were supposed to be staying
Trying
in
to
the
get
same
back
hotel
together.
anyway.
That's why
You know?
my boyfriend is coming with me.
I think
Just
when
in
you
case, huh?
You
know,
got it,
you
Professor.
get
You got it. You always get it. You always get it.
But my thing is, if you want to break it down today, you have to ask yourself, how close to God are they?
Yes.
Right.
if we're not dealing with marriage, you have to
Well,
ask yourself that.
right.
Number
Because,
one, if they
because
boyfriend
I'll-
and girlfriend
I'll-
shacking, they ain't that close.
Cedric,
It didn't say they were
Come on,
shacking.
man.
It didn't say they were shacking. They said this is your current boyfriend or girlfriend,
Mhm.
ex. It could be their ex-spouse, their ex-boyfriend, or whatever. But you have a current boyfriend and girlfriend, so you guys are not married. So you really can't tell
So
your
not
boyfriend or
necessarily
girlfriend
staying-
what to do. It has to be up to them to make that decision on whether they're going to respond.
He gonna send his.
Exactly.
He gonna send
It's
his.
a choice. It's a choice.
I'm still avoiding the appearance of evil.
So you-
Oh yeah, you're right on point.
I can't help but to say
You're
that.
right on point.
That's just what that
Well,
is.
God bless you,
It is.
brother.
It is.
The
And
doors
he
of the
rounded
church
it
are
out
now
just
open.
right.
The doors of the church are now open.
But if we going to Disneyland and ain't never been,
Oh my
I'm
goodness.
gonna get my own hotel.
A cruise.
Wow. Well, do you
No,
guys
you
have
can't do a
anything else to
cruise,
say
no.
about the play and come on out and see us and
Yes,
all
come
that
on
good
out,
stuff?
come on out on June 9th at the Medical City, Louisville, Grand Theater in Louisville.
and we can
I'm going to
pre-purchase
say-
tickets.
You can pre-purchase tickets.
Mm-hmm.
Again, you can go to eventbrite.com.
Call you.
Search,
Right?
search for Mommy I Forgive
Right.
You. And he's right, text or call because my phone number is at the bottom of the flyer.
All right, and the flyer is on our
the-
Facebook
on the
page.
Facebook page.
Mhm.
And
Like your real phone number or is it a
also,
Google it.
I forgot what I was gonna say.
See, stop distracting her.
It wasn't me, it was her. It wasn't me.
It was both of
You
y'all.
was loud.
Okay, listen. For every ticket that is sold, $1 will be going to an outreach organization called Where Are You?
Oh,
Founded
Tisha.
by Tisha Owens.
All right.
All right.
Tell us about where are you?
Where Are You is a homeless ministry that Tisha has. You can go to Where Are You
Question mark on Facebook.
on Facebook. Is it Where Are You question mark?
Mm-hmm. I think it's whereareyou.org is her website.
Where Are You Outreach?
It's
And
on Facebook.
It's on Facebook.
It's
Yeah.
where are
But
you
it's-
with a
it-
question mark on Facebook.
Tisha's doing some amazing
Just go look for yourself and you'll
with
find it.
Where Are You? And I'd like to say also that Miss Tisha is hosting the show.
Ah.
She is hosting Mommy I
Awesome. You
Forgive
tell
You.
Tisha she should have been here today. We've been trying to get her on the show to talk about where are you. So you let her know if she's looking.
She
You
might
know,
be watching. She
We
might
talk
be
to you in
watching.
December. We
Mhm.
love you. We ain't
So
trying to
come-
front.
Listen, guys, if you are not in town and you can't make it,
At least
purchase a ticket for someone
Who can?
who can.
Mhm.
Yes. yes.
Donate a ticket. There are a lot of women messaging me about coming, but of course I can't give away all.
Right.
Right.
So,
Right.
Uh,
But we got one winner.
We will have
well,
resources there, free at last.
Mhm.
From Oak Cliff Bible
Yes.
Fellowship
That'd be
will be
great.
there.
Awesome.
Okay, good.
In the same class that I took,
You took the class.
I took the class, free at
I
last,
really need to take the class.
for abortion.
Wow.
It was amazing. It was hard, but it was amazing.
I need to take it.
And I'm telling you guys, it's God has delivered me from that shame and that guilt. It was like I always imagined or dreamed and felt like I was in the bottom of the sea, held down by shackles on my ankles,
Mm.
Wow.
right? So I'm falling and I'm down there and there's always God's hand reaching out for me, but I would never reach up for his hand.
Wow.
And then eventually I would reach up and God began to pull me up out of that pit. It was a long way up,
Wow.
but I was going up.
Mhm. She wasn't going down.
And when I got to the top, I'm standing on water with him.
Mm.
We walk over to the
The shore.
shore, and he tells me to turn around and look, and those chains were floating.
Wow.
And you know they don't float,
They don't.
Right.
They heavy.
but they were floating.
Wow.
So I'm
That's
telling
amazing.
you, God will do it.
Mhm.
Yes.
He will do it.
Mhm.
If you are going through, message me on Facebook, Connie Fernandez. I will be glad to talk to you guys, as I have a lot of different women, you know, they just message me and they, well, how do you go through, you know, I wanna be free, I can't take this no more.
Wow.
So I wanna free everybody, I wanna tell everybody my story around the world, not just in Dallas, Texas.
Amen.
Well, whatever we
That
can
is
do to
such a
help
great
you out.
ministry.
Anytime you want to come back on the show, you can.
I appreciate
They
that.
will definitely share and everything.
Yes, this is an open platform. The radio station is an open platform for all nonprofit organizations. I've always said that if you have some words of wisdom you want to give, just bring it over to the radio station. I'll make
Okay,
sure-
well, what I'd love to do is, come back and take questions.
Let's do that.
Wonderful. After
Yeah.
play?
Let's do that.
After
I wanna do it before and
Let's do
after.
that. Let's do it.
I would love to do it before and after.
It's on your time. Let's do it.
Let's do that.
Thank you guys.
Let's do it.
Thank
Matter
you
of
for
fact,
having us.
I'll give you
Thank
one
you.
better. Let's just create a show around before the play. Let's create a show, an hour show, just based off of you.
That's a blessing,
Oh,
thank
that
you.
would be
I
awesome.
appreciate that.
Yeah.
I appreciate that, thank you
Because the
so
show
much.
is June 9th, so
The
maybe
show is
like
June
we gotta do
9th. Then we
that
can make it happen.
ASAP.
Hey, I got 24 hours. What hour you want?
We just need to pick a day.
Yes, just pick it
Yeah.
up. Okay, well, I look at my,
Look at your calendar, girl.
yes, Lord.
Have your people call our people.
Look, I'll call you.
Yeah. Have your people call my people, and then my people will get back to your people a couple hours after,
So,
you know, this show is
This
over
is
with.
what I'm living with.
it's a blessing, I
It
tell you.
is.
But I'm praying for you.
Thank you. And you know what's so funny?
You go sign up for
Connie?
that class, cause I had the
I
opportunity to go
am.
speak to the women at the Free at Last class, and I told them, I'm so proud of you, because in 2007, I was sitting where you're sitting.
But what's so crazy, I went to Free at Last, my counselor, I started going to counseling. And I went to go look for a class, and I kept telling him, I was like, I don't know which class to take. I kept looking at the abortion one, and I was like, no, I'm over that, I'm done with that, I'm through with that. So let's go to this one, or maybe this one. I mean, it
Well, look at
it was
God.
like pulling me, but it wasn't pulling me, so it's like funny that you're saying that.
Well,
so.
praise God,
Now I
cause now
know
you
which
know you
class I
definitely
need
need
to
to
go.
go. And I appreciate you being so transparent and sharing. That's awesome,
That
because
was God,
we
'cause I wasn't I didn't know I was gonna say it till I said
we
it.
need to get, women need to come on out, come on, we need to talk about it, and it's post-abortion.
Yes, I did not
Post-abortion.
feel like I was suffering from that. So,
Yeah.
very eye-opening.
Praise God,
Thank you.
praise God.
All right, this has been
All
401
right.
Sports Talk Radio. Cheer up.
You know what?
This has been 401 Sports Talk Radio on 401radionnetwork.com. When we come back, we may have the health hour.
We may.
Well, she's got to call in.
Oh, she's gonna call.
Yeah, she's gonna call in. We're gonna get healthy.
All right. We're
Uh,
gonna talk about thyroidism, hyperthyroidism, and
yes.
how low can you go? How low can you go?
All right. As she sings us out, I'm gonna get another song till we drown her out. I mean, I was drowning
Very.
my voice. Was
He
getting-
won't be coming to the play with me. I'm coming by myself.
Girl, come solo,
Coming
honey, cause
solo.
we can show go out for drink.
Hello.
Fruit punch.
Yes, that's all.
Ice
Look,
cream.
water.
I can't.
Yes, you
I
can.
can't.
Yes, you can.
Yes, you can. I got my water over here.
Uh-huh.
All right, this is 401 Sports Talk Radio on 4radionetwork.com.
Thank you guys for
Right back.
coming.
Thank
Thank
you.
you for
for
having
having
us.
us.
Thank you.
All right, this is 41 Sports Talk Radio on ForumRadioNetwork.com. We are back in the saddle again. We got the crew back with us, waiting for the health segment. So while we're waiting for the health segment, what healthy things did we do this week? I'm just gonna throw something out there.
My mic is not on.
The mic is not on.
Oh.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
Testing, there we go.
There we go.
Drink water every day, at least 32 ounces.
At least 32? I thought it was supposed to be 64.
But I'm walking towards
You're
that.
walking towards it. I
'Cause
got
if
you.
I do 64, I'm gonna be peeing a whole lot.
All right, that's what we're here on.
Thank you.
And if you going to run to the restroom every freaking hour to
It
be
is what it
aggravated.
is.
That exactly is what we want to hear on the air.
That was a
hey,
great.
Either he would have said it or you
I
would
would
have
say it. Yeah, somebody would have said it. Yeah.
One of the two, you know. At least it wasn't the number 2.
Well, actually, I drink. I drink about 24
64
ounces.
ounces.
No, I drink more than that.
Oh.
I do drink 2 24s during the first part of the day and 2 24s during the second part of the day.
Okay.
Big old bottles. I drink that every day actually.
So
I
you
drink
going
two
more than he doing.
33.3 liters.
I'm not that regular.
33.3
You
ounces.
got issues.
Something like that.
I retain. I retain. I don't
You
know
know
if
the
that's good or
older
bad.
you get, you can't hold it. You got, you know.
Well, I ain't that old, so that means when y'all get to my age, y'all better not start high.
Oh my goodness.
You better roll low.
My goodness.
What do you say? Don't get high.
Yeah, don't get high on your own supply either.
Okay, well.
Yeah. So what other healthy things do we do?
Well, I got some entertainment stuff that I didn't get to get out.
Okay, what did you do?
If you guys want to,
Yeah, let's get
wrap
some
that
entertainment
up.
stuff. Yeah.
Okay, Phyllis says she can still hear music in the background.
Okay, we got it, Phyllis. We can get that covered.
Get it right, cause you know
Ooh,
Phyllis.
Phyllis be calling you
All right.
out, my
All
brother. She be
All
calling
right.
you
So
out.
we good now.
Okay, so
No music in the background.
That's the president of my fan base.
No, Phyllis.
John Legend and Chrissy Teigen both had their baby on Wednesday, and they shared pictures. His name is Miles.
Okay.
Yeah. And the Billboard Awards was on Sunday. We missed it. Does anybody watch awards anymore?
No.
I really don't. But I should have watched this one, and you should have watched this one. Because guess who was given a Lifetime Achievement Award?
Janet Jackson.
Your baby.
I read it.
Your other baby.
I
And
read
they
it.
said she told up, 52 years old, and
I
still
read it.
got it.
Yeah.
She called me
told
that.
up
Did she? Is this while you were sleeping?
in his dreams.
No.
So what she did was she performed Nasty. Nasty girl.
Can we pull that
But she
video up?
also,
Jackson.
it's on Billboard.com, but I mean, you're not going to be able to show it to the audience. But she also
Play the song.
performed a song that she never released. It was never released on single, called Throb.
Ooh. That just sounds.
And they said she told up
She was
the floor.
throbbing.
Choreography was off the chain. And some of the other performances that they talked about was Salt and Pepper and In Vogue.
Okay.
They did their thing. Salt and Pepper did 4 of their top hits.
Wow. Okay.
Shoot, shoot, bet, do, shoot, bet, do.
And then What a Man.
What a man, what, and
Don't tell me. Push it. Yeah.
Yeah.
and
I don't know. Once you
let's talk about sex,
Sex, yeah.
baby.
But once you get to
Let's
that-
talk about
once
you
you get that,
and
I'll
me.
push it.
Let's talk about all.
all.
I'm sorry. Yes, I need to look this direction.
Thank you.
Y'all need to
Thank
look
you.
this.
He's the one already drooling at
You just
And
said
then
something.
another top
Janet
performance
Jackson?
was Kelly Clarkson.
Yeah. Okay.
I like Kelly Clarkson.
I'm
She's a Texan.
I'm through.
Anyway, she did a great performance. They said she did a medley and she performed Kendrick Lamar's Humbug.
It's not late too, right?
not a
you see, you looked up.
No.
She's not a musician. So why would she?
You looked
She's
up.
an
You know,
actress.
it's not late too, was it?
No.
So anyway, yeah.
Are you okay with Sanaa now? You still good with her?
Oh, yeah.
Y'all still okay?
Yeah, her doing just fine.
Okay, I just
I
making
like
sure.
Sanaa Lathan.
I was
That's
just
my
I think she's a
girl, man.
great.
because that last piece
Did
of
you
news
see
you
her
heard.
in what's that movie? The Family That Prays Together.
Yes.
Man,
Yes.
Her mama slapped the mess out of her.
Dog mess out
She
of her.
slapped the mess out of her face.
Was-
I was
was
like,
you mad?
whoa.
No, I wasn't mad.
Okay,
And
you,
all
he
a part of
slapped her
acting.
too.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, you want to get out there.
Yeah, she
Okay.
was off the chain in that movie. She was bougie. But anyway, so that's all I had for entertainment. I just had a few things.
Okay.
Because I knew we were gonna have the guests on the show, and I wanted to give them their time, and I can't wait to get them on again and talk about the show. And
All right, I thought you was
I
gonna talk
can't wait
about
to
the
see
Fred wedding.
Ryan. Oh yes, the royal wedding. Cedric would he stifled my happiness.
You got 2 minutes.
I thought it was a beautiful wedding, and I thought that it was beautiful because Megan incorporated her culture of her African American culture. There was a 13-year-old cellist. He was African American. The choir was African American. One of the pastors that spoke was African American. It was beautiful.
I heard he
It-
preached too.
He preached the mess.
He didn't speak.
He
He
preached.
spoke on
No,
love.
no,
Preached.
he didn't preach.
What'd he do?
He preached.
He
He
preached.
preached it.
Yeah.
Oh, from the
Yeah.
preacher.
Yeah.
He did his thing, didn't he?
Yeah,
He did his
even,
thing.
even I said shout.
Yes, he did his thing.
Yeah.
I watched the whole thing. Somebody won't watch it with me, but I watched it.
I didn't watch it.
It was
My-
a
My wife
beautiful
was watching
ceremony.
it, so when it got to that part,
Mm-hmm.
that was the only thing that caught my attention.
You went in and shouted.
Well, I tell you what, you know, people. I
And
respect.
it really wasn't even a sermonette. He did his
He
sermon.
did a full sermon.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, and I respect their love and everything. I always support love in any form. I mean, I really like our black love and to see that, but you know, in this case, you know, it is who it is, and I think it was just really beautiful, and it made me think about royalty in our culture. You know, full.
Right.
Yeah, it's off. It's offline. But
We're still
anyway.
recording though.
Yeah, but we're still recording, so.
I'm watching.
He's
So anyway,
okay, we'll be.
but it was
we'll be back on.
beautiful. It was a beautiful ceremony, and I watched the movie about their love and their romance. It was really good. I just had a whole royal family weekend, royal wedding weekend. So, yeah.
Okay,
Thank you for reminding
anytime.
me.
All right, so we got the sort of entertainment hour out the way. Health may not be happening, but we'll get that back tomorrow
Yeah,
next week,
we'll have to talk about thyroidism another time.
which gives us some time to go to Lewis.
We're in our health segment, right?
Well, now we gotta move fast because
Okay.
yeah. So
Did you
let's.
check to see if she tried to call in?
Yeah, she didn't try to call me.
Okay.
She's probably still working or something like
Yeah.
that.
You know, she's a doctor.
I know.
Doctors are busy. Sometimes they don't call.
Papa got a basic color.
You probably did. What, you call him? Tell you?
Go get me my chicken wing.
Okay, so we had the Dallas.
Look, wait, before you get started, let me tell you what Preach did. Preach, while we was on the set, having we were in here talking to the guests, Preach left, cause he was hungry. To go get some I'm just gonna call you out.
I just didn't go get food.
He got a feast.
Specify what food.
He got a feast.
Wait a
He's
minute,
supposed to bring food.
wait a minute. Specify what the Baptist
bribed
black
us.
preacher will
He
Always get-
bribed us to get on the show.
No.
Free food.
What the Black Baptist
He
preacher
said, I'll
always
bring
eat
food every
chicken.
week.
There you go. There you go.
No, but he said, I'll bring food every week if I can be on the show.
Yeah,
You
every
can't,
week.
you can't have
Don't play.
potluck with a preacher without chicken.
Look,
There you go.
He
Show
went
you
out
that.
and got you
And so we got
golden
chicken.
Well,
chicken at that.
Wait a
Did you
minute.
get some
Ain't
okra?
nothing wrong with golden chicken.
Did you get some okra?
Okay.
Oh, I'm gonna have to take a break, y'all, right now.
Wait a minute. I'm not eating.
Did you get some
I'm
okra?
not eating right now.
He already ate.
You already ate.
No, but I'm still hungry, but I'm not eating right
He
now.
already ate,
No,
y'all.
So he-
While we was up here starving.
Right, Professor
But
was
I'm
eating. Yeah. Let's put that right. Well,
My
but
dick
Professor
ain't
went down
eating.
there,
but he did talk
He didn't
about First Thessalonians.
That's
Yeah.
cold.
Yeah, earlier today. So
Professor didn't bring me nothing to eat. He gonna sit out there in the galley over here eating and looking at me, knowing I haven't eaten.
He was right at you.
He was
No.
looking right at me,
Hey,
shaking the chicken.
but wait a minute,
Downstairs, you better
wait a
get
minute. Tell them exactly what I did. When I got through, finished with the chicken bone, I blessed you.
He sure did. With the chicken
Oh,
bone.
yeah, bless
Okay,
you.
but see,
Bless you,
my
my
thing
sister.
is
This is
I'm
good.
trying to be professional. I'm trying to be professional and wait till the show is over to get something to eat.
Y'all
They
was
just
not.
gonna
Y'all
take
didn't have
it.
it.
Well, y'all was not being professional at all. All y'all was bowing acting the girl. All y'all Ray,
Look, the guests went down there and got some
Boo Kitty.
food.
Boo Boo Kitty, Poo Poo. Yeah, all of them right there.
Everybody down there told that food
Right
up.
there.
Me and Cedric the only ones ain't ate.
No. I'm saying y'all was we talking to y'all this way. You did it.
Yeah, I
you did it. You
I
said
couldn't
it.
even open my mouth without them looking at me.
Yeah, you were.
I'm opening my
But he gonna
mouth.
sit right here outside the door
And
and
you-
eating
and you was-
blessing me with the chicken bone.
And you was mouthing.
I was just letting you know the food have arrived.
Oh, thank you so much. But that's so rude
What's
because
rude?
I can't get up from here and go get none.
Okay.
Well,
Just
Do
tease a
a Wonder
sister.
Woman move.
What a bad part about it though, preacher. The bad part about it
Where my
is
wig at?
you said I only got you a chicken wing. I only got you one thing. She thinking there ain't but one thing down there.
When she,
No, I knew he
when
brought
she-
the whole thing.
Oh, okay.
I knew he brought.
But
It's a smorgasbord down there. I'm ready to eat.
Dude, okay, we can talk.
Daniel
while you
and
go.
Cedric, please save me some wings.
Okay.
Don't
well,
eat the wings.
all right. So we getting into some Dallas wings since we talked. What a segue.
Dallas
There it
wings.
is.
What a segue.
I
No,
did
y'all
good,
just gotta love
Professor.
Save us some
Trying to find
wings.
a way to get away from
It's
food.
a segue.
Okay, can I take a break down?
Deacon
No.
Professor,
Go get a
make-
wing.
Professor, make sure you clean up your crumbs.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
you got crumbs
Yeah.
all over. You ain't even
Yeah, I
saved
got- I
me a
got
crumb. Let me see.
Yeah.
Well, black man,
Now,
shit.
see, right there. He wasn't raised with us,
Black
cause that was
man.
good crumbs to eat.
All right. So the Dallas
That's
Wings,
funny.
they lost their first game of the season.
Uh-huh.
Yes, they lost to the Phoenix Mercury 86-78
Okay.
in their
First
to
game.
start the season
Mhm.
with game 1 in Phoenix.
Y'all gotta go to Professor's
And,
blog. It's off the chain.
You
You're
like?
doing good.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Man.
And
I'll go to it now.
since the Wings are in 2 games into the season, I just start with the first game, Phoenix and Dallas, in which that was a game to where you will see a lot more. The offensive dynamic of the team has changed, as you can see.
Yes.
I've been talking about someone named Liz it's Cambag. People will say Cambridge, but it's not how you
Cambridge,
pronounce it.
it's Cambridge, right?
No, it's Cambage.
Cambage. Oh, okay.
Cambage.
If you think of the color beige,
Liz
the
Cambage.
B-A-G-E in her last name is beige.
Beige.
Oh, wow.
Her name is Liz Cambage.
Without the I in it.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
So this was an individual who was drafted by the Dallas Wing, well, the Tulsa Shock then
Right.
in 2011. And at the time she was drafted, they was looking at her as a franchise player, in which she told teams she wasn't ready for that because she felt like she needed more work.
Mhm.
She came in with the mindset of trying to build a game up, and she eventually became a all-star her rookie year.
Right.
Then she went to Australia overseas for some years to build a game up, and then the phone call was made after the Wings decided to not re-sign Courtney Paris, when she went to the Seattle Storm February 2nd of this year and signed a multi-year deal. That's when the Wings and brought in Liz Cambage, in which this lady here is 6'8". She is the second tallest player in the league to Brittany Griner.
Oh, Brittany Griner is tall.
Brittany got running 6'9".
She is 6'9", and so these two went head to head in the first game, and it was to a lot of people's surprise because not too many people saw Liz Cambage's game because she was in Australia, but she flat shut down Brittany Griner. She held her to 4 of 13 shooting and kept getting her into foul trouble.
Wow.
But Phoenix won the game anyway because now the Terrassa, she just off the chain.
I know she was mad. Brittany was mad, wasn't she?
Yeah, she was frustrated.
Yeah.
And so the Wings lost that game 86-78, and mainly because when you are switching offensive philosophies the way they are,
It's gonna take
the
some time.
offense not going through Skylar anymore, it's going through Liz Cambage.
Oh.
So Sky's now more of a facilitator.
Which is what she should be.
Yeah, because she's a point guard.
That's
on the team.
that's her
Right,
natural position is
right.
facilitator.
One of the reasons why the Wings lost the games because when Liz kept getting the ball down low, she kept getting double teamed, but she didn't. She kept taking shots when she should
She
pass
should
that
pitch
to
it
the
out.
open man.
Mhm.
So the second game came in which Dallas just flat out just smoked the Atlanta Dream 101-78. You saw more of an improved performance from Cam Bage's game because when she, at times in that game, she was getting triple teamed. And she found the open man. That open man was either Skylar Diggins or Alicia Gray. And they were just hitting shots left and right. So in game 2 of this season, Skylar had 25 points in this game and Cam Bage had 21. So right now you have a dynamic duo in Dallas. And they still need work.
And they're going to get better because a lot
Right.
of the players, I mean, you got Ariel Powers that's on.
Well, she's injured right now.
Right, but she's going to come back in. And
Right.
then you have the draft pick, the number 1 draft choice.
It's Azura. Is you pronounce no?
Azura?
That's why I'm trying to get these names out the way for you now.
Please.
Don't say Liz.
Please.
Excuse me. Don't say Liz Cambage. It's Liz Cambage.
You got that.
And the Azura is pronounced Azure.
Azure.
Stevens.
Okay.
She's the number 6 off our draft pick for the Dallas Wings, and right now she's a reserve role player right now. Her favorite player is Kevin Durant. She outlaws her game after him.
Wow.
She's an outstanding shooter. But you have a team in the Dallas Wings where now, when we kept crying about the Wings getting a 5, they got their 5.
They got 5, yeah, because Gloria Powers is still, isn't she hurt now?
Yeah, she pulled the
Gloria Johnson.
Gloria Johnson. She pulled the hamstring.
Johnson, Ariel Powers.
Gloria Johnson,
She done
Eric
put 2
Powers.
names together.
So Gloria Johnson aggravated her hamstring in the 3rd preseason game against the Las Vegas Aces in the middle of the 3rd quarter, and they was working on the hamstring maybe the rest of the quarter, and then she finally sat down and Coach Wisdom put her back in the game. Well, midway through the 4th quarter, she pulled it,
Ooh.
and now she will be out at least 4 weeks
Oh my
minimum.
goodness.
That's-
So,
Oh, wow.
Coach
That's
Williams
terrible.
did say they're gonna have rotating players in her spot. It's either gonna be Kayla Thornton, it could be Azrae Stevens, it could be Kayla Davis. You know, that's the daughter of Anthony Davis, former Indiana Pacer. But it's not one set person.
Right.
He's gonna kind of rotate depending on the matchup. So 101-78 was the last game on Sunday, and Liz Cambage, right out of the top of the game, was blocking shots everywhere. She had 21 points, 9 rebounds, and 4 blocks in this game. She had 2 against the Mercury, so she had 6 blocks through 2 games already. But as I was talking to some colleagues at College Park Station, we all see that this offense is tremendously different than what we have seen in the last 2 years.
Well, isn't it? It's the same offense that when Dwight Howard was with
Orlando.
It's the same. It looks like the same type of offense because they
Oh.
ran everything through Dwight Howard, and Dwight Howard's responsibility was to kick it out to their other man. You know, because they used to double and triple team Dwight Howard once his offense started, and then he just kick it out, and actually it took Orlando to the far in the playoffs, deep into the playoffs.
Right. So basically, just get used to the fact that the offense is not going to go through Skylar anymore. She's more a facilitator, and when the ball gets kicked out from the post, you'll see Skylar hitting them shots from 18 to 3-point land.
Drill wide open too.
But you have a very talented roster. You have the WNBA 2017 Rookie of the Year comeback in Alicia Gray, who we drafted number 4 overall. And mainly the roster changes was basically Courtney Paris. They decided not to re-sign her. I know that's butthurt to Oklahoma Sooners fans. That's where she's from.
Yeah, but she was.
And even the substitute was at the game with me, and he was
really?
kind of hurt about that.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
they
All
was
right.
at the game, him and his wife, and we talked about that. And he said, "That's Oklahoma Sooner." I said, "Man, but you can't deny
Still,
the fact
yeah.
that Liz
Yeah.
Cambage is far more better than Courtney
And
Paris."
she wasn't. She didn't have her. Courtney didn't. Her jumping ability wasn't there. She clogged up the
She's
middle.
flat-footed.
Yeah, she clogged up
Yeah.
the middle. That's kind of all she did was clog
Yeah,
up the middle.
she clogged the middle,
Well,
and she was a
sometimes
body,
that's all that's needed.
Yeah,
a
but
wide body.
but not with these girls right here. Now you need more than just clogging up the middle.
Well,
So I'm going to say direct your attention, not just on Skylar Diggins, but Liz Campbell, because she is the it factor
Wow.
in this offense. And again,
Yeah.
when she was going head to head against Brittany Griner, she was frustrating them all
Killing her, huh?
Oh
night
man,
long.
I have to see that.
Brittany didn't know what to do, huh?
Mm.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, the game they're not putting all the full games on YouTube.
Oh,
So
they
you
are.
can go back and just put Dallas Wings versus Phoenix Mercury, and it'll show an hour and 50 minutes, and it'll show the
Good.
whole game.
Yeah, because I was telling them, I said we
They're
can't
putting
even
all the
watch
games
it.
on YouTube now.
Yeah, I think it's on. If you want to see it live, it's on
Plus.
ESPN W or something.
and
ESPN
Yes.
3.
Yes.
Yeah.
and I believe I caught the game early Sunday morning
Yeah.
when they replayed it.
Mm.
They will do replays.
Yeah,
So, yeah.
they replayed it after the Cleveland game.
But I can't wait. I mean, it's ridiculous that the WNBA has been in existence for over 20
20
years.
They don't get the
Last year
attention
was
that they
their
deserve.
anniversary, and they don't get the attention that they deserve.
And I said that last year when they
Because
first,
they're
Why are you
marketing.
gonna put it on
They're
ESPN
not
W
marketing
and
it right.
everybody don't have ESPN W?
They're not marketing it right, I don't think. But I mean,
I still haven't figured
I
that
don't
out.
think
What's
it's
the
the
reason
marketing.
behind that? You know,
because
I think it's the
because I don't think they think there's a huge market for it. Look at these stadiums. The stadiums are not.
I mean, yeah, because
not
the
packed or anything like
UT
that.
Stadium only holds what 9,000.
the College Sports
9,000?
Station.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
A little bit over.
Yeah.
It was only 5,900 at College Sports. There was plenty of seats left.
Yeah.
I mean,
Wow.
But
it was,
And the
it was a
tickets
loud
are only like
house.
$20 a ticket.
It's less than that.
Is it really?
It's like at least 11, 12 bucks now.
Wow, that's
At
crazy.
least what Benchwarmer is saying, they're not marketing.
Well, I think it has to do with the marketing, but it's also some other things. I just think they don't think it is as valuable as the NBA. They don't get the endorsements that the NBA players do. They don't get any of that stuff.
I don't understand.
Their
Yeah.
salaries, have you seen their? You
That's-
should go out
they
there and
keep
look at
their salaries on.
like $30,000. Nobody can live off. Who can live off that?
That's one reason why they're not putting the women's salaries out there. in public. But
Yeah, they had them out there last year where
They
you could
did.
see their salaries. Yeah,
But the thing about it is,
they were making
it's
less than
not-
60.
It's not important to the right person.
Right.
Right.
Make it important to the right
Once-
person.
yeah,
Then
once, because I know if I had the money, I would market them big time and put it out there. So hey, because your return gonna be great.
yeah,
It's
that's
just
not.
like women's football. I didn't even know that we had women's professional football. Why they not cute? Is that why you don't want to watch them? Because they're not cute? They too manly?
I
What's
feel
the
like
problem?
I might get jacked in the parking lot.
You might, if you think that, I mean, they ain't got to be men to
women's-
play football. It's a
They
girl
run.
on the team that's my size, my height, cute as a button, playing football.
And see, is
See,
that
everybody's perception is you got to be, you know,
And
But
maybe
okay,
y'all-
wait a minute,
y'all mean.
can I put it in a real
Mean.
nice way where nobody won't seem offended?
no.
Okay.
However you say it, we're going to be
So-
offended.
Lewis is so.
Back to the WNBA.
Yeah.
The Wings' next game, game 3, is Wednesday against the defending WNBA champion Minnesota
And
Wings.
that's on the road.
Is it
too.
It's on the road
That's
Oh, it's
on
on
the
in
the road.
Minnesota.
They got a 3-game.
They have a 3-game road trip in 9 days.
Wow.
So this is going to be pretty tough for them, but they look promising.
When's the next home game?
June 2nd versus the Seattle Storm.
All right.
And
all right.
Brianna Stewart and company.
You wanna go there, Benchwarmer?
Y'all ask
You
them
and I-
What we gonna do? What you mean, you and I? Don't be leaving me out.
Benchwarmer.
Well, first of all, we're gonna do a question and answer, a Q&A. We've already given that date up for our guest that was here. They're gonna do a Q&A on that day. And then we can go to the game after. Me and Benchwarmer can go to the game
Did
after.
you just,
Cause
did
he
she
can
just
get
tell
me
you
in.
2 minutes ago she was going to the play by herself without you?
No,
Yeah, I do remember.
I changed my mind.
Okay. So question. I have Lewis, I have a question for you.
Sure.
I need some food. I'm about to pass out
Do
for
you
real.
think that this is the make or break year for Coach Williams?
I've said it before. I think during the time we will discuss, excuse me, the WNBA during the NFL talks that we have on here when we do bring this up. I honestly do think that if the Wings do not make the playoffs or make the playoffs and do not go deep, I think he's in trouble.
You think so?
Yes,
Because
because
he's got the talent around him.
he's got everything that he needs.
Mhm.
I mean, the talent is there. I just it's the
Well,
old
we
saying:
rooting
if
for
it
coach,
still doesn't
we rooting
work,
for him
it's
to
got to
stay.
be
It's
the
got to
coach.
be a coach. Yeah,
Right. So before
We
you
root
replace
for
the
you,
coach,
Coach Williams.
I'm
you
gonna
give
show
his
you how
players.
much.
yeah.
I'm
Now
gonna show
he
you.
has his players.
He's got his players.
So I'm expecting the Wings to be one of the top seeded teams in the Western Conference, and I'm expecting them to be very competitive with the teams with the bigs, the LA Sparks and Candace Parker, Tina Fowles. You got the Brenda Griner and the Mercury. So I'm expecting them. I think you pay very close attention to the games against the teams with the athletic bigs and see what the record is. Right now they're 0-1.
With athletic bigs.
Right, because in game 2
Yeah,
with
because
the Atlanta Dream, their big is nowhere close as tall as Cambage. She was just dominating the post in that game, which is why the Wings end up winning by 23. So, but pay attention to the record at the end of the season against teams with athletic bigs. And I think that's how you measure the Dallas Wings.
Okay.
So
Cool.
that's pretty much it. And also the Minnesota Lynx and the LA Sparks, they met up, I believe, day before yesterday. And during practice in Minnesota, when the Sparks were practicing, someone decided to put the Lynx ceremony on the Jumbotron while the Sparks were practicing.
Ooh.
Oh.
That was a complete troll, if you want to call it that way.
Wow.
However, the Sparks got the last laugh because they won 77-76.
Dang.
They say, I don't care what you put up there. That just made us mad.
Yes, and one of the first people you saw screaming on the court was Odyssey Senior.
I figured it. I figured it.
I mean, she was just
So
ecstatic.
happy.
It was a slap
I
back in the
think
face
that
to
was a
Minnesota
good
Lynx.
move. At first, I was upset that she was leaving her home, but I think it
that's
was
the
a good
personal
move. I think,
side.
yeah, that was my personal side because I think she really wanted to stay close to home, but I think she needed to spread her wings, and we still saying wings, but I think she needed to spread her wings and get out of the environment that she was in here, and get a different.
A lot less pressure.
Yeah.
Because she's playing well for the Sparks right now,
Really?
and her points per game is a lot more than what it was here as a starter for the Dallas Wings. She's not a starter
She's
for
a backup.
She's a
six-man.
six-man.
Yeah, 6-man, and she's
Still love her.
playing a
Still
better.
love her.
She's playing a
Glad
better
to
role.
see she's doing well.
Yeah, she is doing very well with the
We may have
Sparks
to
right
have her
now.
call in. Get her.
I'm pretty sure she would love that.
Yeah, if she comes in there, when are they playing the Sparks? Or have they
Oh,
already
that's
played them?
in mid-June.
Are they playing them at here?
I think first game is here.
We
Yes,
need to get her.
in time.
We
Yeah.
need to make sure we do it interview.
I'll let you know the exact date.
Cool.
Okay.
That's it.
All right.
All right.
That is
And I try my best to keep my blogs as active as possible.
I love
So we're not-
it.
now this right here.
So-
We got to
I
update
need
this
to
right
get
here.
a.
So while we're on the subject, you gave me WordPress. I'm trying to. All I'm doing is just saving the draft. But what is that for?
That's for here.
That's for that. Okay.
What I need to do is upload the draft you saved, and I need to upload it and put it back on.
Okay.
Yeah, so
I
you keep
understand
doing
what
that.
that was
You keep doing
for.
that.
Okay.
That's for the website.
Okay.
So if you want to see his blog, you want to see what Lewis is writing about, go to 41sportsnews.com, click on 41 blog, and you'll see all his work there.
All right.
All right.
All right, let's take a one more quick break, and then when we come back, we'll talk about the sports gambling.
Oh.
You know the
boy.
What's there for?
You a big man? You a big
You're a
man?
man for that person. You got a lot to say
The
about
Supreme
that.
Court has opened up its
The
doors.
Congress,
Yes, the Congress is. Yes,
state legislatures.
Let me ask you this:
Yes.
do we really have to take a break? Can we just go on?
No, we need a
Fly?
break.
No,
I need a break.
No.
I need a break.
You don't get a break at church.
My head hurts.
We move from selections to
Spray some water on you.
I'm
Need
not
some
a
water?
witch. I'm not a witch. So I'm not gonna mail.
No, it's gonna be real quick.
We need a break, really. My head is spinning for real.
It's gonna be real quick. We want to stop ahead from spinning. All right, this has been 411 Sports Talk Radio, 4radionetwork.com. We will be right back.
Let's get it.
We're back. Y'all was listening to some Roaring Hill, everything is everything. I know y'all wouldn't hear it, but it's going on here. This has been 411 Sports Talk Radio on 411RadioNetwork.com. I am the Benchwarmer. Getting ready to start this last segment. Just had a rousing discussion with the Dallas Wings and our play-by-play or our area Dallas Wings guy.
Our color
Professor.
commentator.
I could call some games.
We were sitting here watching Houston up on Golden State 56-53 in the third quarter. It's 9:05 left in the third quarter. Houston's up.
And they're
on
in Golden State.
They're in Golden State, yes.
And the Warriors were up 12-0 to begin the game. And Houston came fighting all the way back, and now the Rockets are up
About
3.
About 3, but
Wait for right
they need to get a shot though.
Hello.
They need to
If
hit
you're gonna
something.
put it up, put it in.
Golden State just turned it over.
You just throwing it up in there.
All right, so the Supreme Court came down,
Here it is.
overturned
Here we go.
the ruling that now states can now say if they want sports gambling. Now we've been doing sports gambling since he was yay high to a chicken. Yeah, to a
Who's
duck or
been?
whatever.
You been?
I mean, it's been done.
You gamble?
No,
It's been done.
I gambled on him.
There you go.
Did you win? All right then.
Yet to be seen.
Hey, now
You're fired.
I'm not gonna let you just.
He said I'm fired.
Yeah, I'm not
No, he
gonna-
didn't.
I'm just not gonna let you talk about the bitch woman.
No, I don't want to talk about the bitch. I won. I got a good prize.
Don't have me.
I got the best prize of all.
Don't have me have the family call in.
Uh-oh.
No, you didn't.
Uh-oh. Okay, so
So you're not gonna have to call in when he talk crazy to me?
sports gambling. So we know New Jersey. New Jersey is the one who really just kind of pushed for this thing.
So was New Jersey.
Yeah, it was
More so than any other state.
You know
Yeah,
why?
so yeah, because New Jersey was on the books back in 2014,
Atlantic City.
and wanted to
That's what I was gonna say,
get this
Atlantic
thing
City.
done.
But you know why?
Yeah.
Cause
It-
why?
All corruption started in New
Probably
York.
did, yeah. Right.
Let's go back to back in the day when it was baseball.
It was all New York, yeah.
It was
What's the name of that movie? Gangs of New York?
Yeah, right up the street.
So hey,
Yeah, so now there are rumors, and I believe the rumors are true that Texas might even get into this game of sports.
They
gambling.
might.
They may not.
Oh, well, we knew that.
No,
well you know why?
because
We are in the Bible Belt.
No, this is
Conservative.
This is a very conservative state.
Uh-huh.
That's the reason why. I'm not gonna get in that part, but yeah, this is.
Oh, go ahead and get into it.
Well,
This is what we talking about.
well, it's Texas. No matter what, they're gonna be the last one to do anything.
Right.
Like Juneteenth.
It's
Emancipation.
like even freeing the slave. Okay, so and I got a feeling that's the reason why Mr. White will be governor of Texas.
And not Lupe Valdez, because Lupe is.
Well,
Lupe.
I just say it. And I like
Lupe.
yes, Lupe very well.
I like her.
But
She just
but
plays the
Texas
same
is
team she's on.
a conservative state. They just now allow them to sell
Be nice.
liquor on Sunday.
Right. Now you can't sell liquor on Sunday.
No.
Depending on what city you in.
No, you can only sell beer and alcohol, but you can't sell liquor on Sunday.
Well, I mean, yeah.
And you still gotta go afternoon.
Yeah, you gotta go after 12.
Right. Well, look how long it took them to open the malls up on Sunday.
Exactly.
All day.
It used to be
where
the blue, was
the
it the
blue
blue
law.
state? Yeah, the blue law, yeah.
Yeah, blue law.
Yeah. And then, I mean, so Texas, you're right. It's good. So states right now that are.
And not only that, Texas will give up billions of dollars
To Oklahoma
and
and
Louisiana.
Louisiana
when
before
it
we
comes
take
to-
any money.
Yeah, they don't want no casino here.
Because boy, if we did that, if we opened up a casino here, Oklahoma and Louisiana would lose out.
Yeah, because they say it's Texas plates always up there.
Mhm.
They
Across
count
the border.
it. They count it.
So the states right now, California, they have an authorization legalization, so they're ready to roll.
I go to Louisiana for
Nevada.
jumbo.
I know you don't go for
I go for jumbo.
you cross the other part of it, huh?
Yeah, I go for jumbo. Yeah, I go for shrimp.
Yeah, I got you. Oregon is they're previously authorized, and we know Nevada, was previously authorized. New Jersey, I think, no, this is West Virginia, and I believe it's New Jersey. They're authorized the bill is already passed.
Mhm.
So they can already start gambling now.
Wow.
So if you want to go do some gambling, you can go there. You can go to you can go to
Louisiana, Arkansas,
Yeah. Now the red states, they have live authorization legislation, so they've got stuff
Okay.
ready to roll. So that's Oklahoma, Louisiana again, Kansas, Nebraska,
Chicago, Illinois. Sorry.
What
Yeah,
should
Chicago is there.
what should have been on the table is gun control.
Hello.
That's what should be on the table.
That should be on the table. You're right.
What-
Another
what-
school should
yeah,
be.
You know, before you talking about gambling and all this and that. Supreme. I've
distraction.
lost faith in our Supreme.
It's another distraction.
Yeah, that's all. But see, can we back up here for a second?
Yeah.
When I look at the issues that we are dealing with now, it just didn't occur.
We fight the wrong thing. We fight the wrong fight.
Especially the issues in our schools.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this woman been telling you she's fighting to take prayer out of school. And the church
Take it back.
refused to say anything.
But because the church didn't want the church,
Didn't take a stand.
I believe this right here. The church does not want to physically get involved with that type of fight because what it's going to do is
Why
going to take
not?
money away from the church.
Every
Wait
other
a minute, wait a
religion
minute,
fights for
wait
their
a minute,
religion. Why
wait a
we don't
minute.
fight for
You
ours?
want to on the money the church needs is for you to pay your tithe and give your offering.
But that's why it's going to take.
No.
That's
That's
why
all
I
the
take-
money.
right.
That's all
They
that
talk
God
to
has
preacher.
set up.
That's
for the
all. That
church.
is. You're right.
He
But
been-
that's why it's going to take money from the churches because it's going to pull people out of churches. And because if you got a person
some of the
in church-
heathens need to be out.
Get your popcorn ready.
That's what the heathens need to be is in church.
No, not yet.
You got church to hit it,
No.
Not
You
if
got
they ain't hit
some. You got some that's in church right now that's not gonna be saved
You're right.
because they belong. They know who their daddy is.
They just doing it for just show.
They the one in church putting up the smoke screen
They doing it
and
for
not
show.
allowing the reality to be seen.
But
Wow.
the reality is, but
And let me tell you something. It don't start at the back door.
you start the front
It
door
start in the pulpit.
with the boy walking in first.
You see, so hey, I don't mind saying like what it is because I know who I am and I know whose I am.
Ooh.
So in other words,
We
when
got
the
some
church
free sermon up in
refused
here.
to do what God had meant, no, don't make no excuse for these folks.
No, I'm not. But I'm telling you why because the church and you probably know this just as well as I do. The church is there for show.
Some.
Yeah.
Some.
They're there for show.
Now, in
So
fact,
I
I'm
can
gonna
say
show.
some.
I was in a discussion about one particular well-known preacher. Never preached in his pulpit, but every Sunday was a musical.
Had a show every Sunday.
You get what I'm
He ain't
saying?
preaching for Jeff.
But
He
had
did
a
James
house
Brown?
full.
Mm-hmm.
Had a house full.
Because it's about a show.
And I'm just saying.
But if he preaches on what's real, see people don't want to listen to what's real. Most people want to hear fake. And that makes you feel good.
That's true.
Most people
That-
want to gotta feel good. So if I can give you a feel good sermon, then I'm and guess what? You're gonna pay your tithe and you're gonna pay your offering.
No, they ain't paying no tithe.
Well, some of them are, some of them not.
No, they're not gonna pay no tithe.
No, they
Because they don't know, they're not hearing what's real. Let me show you something. What's good for you don't always make you feel good.
It never does.
I remember when I was a little boy.
Getting a shot.
I remember
Don't feel good.
when I was a
but
little
it's
boy,
good for
around August and September, my parents started giving us colic oil,
you. Ooh. Castor oil.
castor oil, you know something.
Mhm.
But it didn't taste good
But
at
it was
that
good for
time. But it was good for me when the winter came.
You was good to go.
I didn't get sick. Didn't need to go to no doctor.
It was oiling your insides.
There you go. So,
But you got the majority. I've always said this: 95% of America is wrong. You have the majority of ministers and preachers out there preaching so they can get put butts in seats so they can hopefully get some of them folks to tithe so they can keep up their payroll.
I was looking at a video, and this was a well-known church in Atlanta, Georgia, or outside Atlanta. and they had a segment of R&B on Sunday morning.
What?
And I'm like, what the?
Secular. Hey, there's
Wow.
a church
Well,
here
yeah,
in
nothing
Dallas.
about Bible. So what the
There's a
hell?
church here in Dallas that brings that into well-known church that brings that into their pulpit.
It was in the pulpit Thursday.
Here in Dallas, they do that. So I'm like, the reason why we don't put real issues out on the table and we put these fluff issues out on the table because people don't want to heal the real issues because they're a part of the real issue.
Well, and think about it here. Okay,
They start sports gambling.
I'm not
They start putting
I'm not gonna bother
machines
you.
in the church.
I'm not gonna bother you if you don't bother me.
And that's what that is.
That's what that is. Yep,
And you do your thing, I do my thing. We all good.
that's true.
But if you start talking against what I'm doing,
Then it's a problem.
then I'm gonna have to leave and go to another church.
Right.
Because I need to go to the church that talks about I'm okay with what I'm doing.
When I was taking in seminary, there was a course that I took called apologetic.
Mm-hmm.
And
Apologetic.
Okay, meaning knowing how to defend the Bible, which we know the Bible don't need no defending. God don't need no defending.
But
in other words, you got to know what's in the Word of God.
here's how you apologize about what the Word of God says.
Well, no, that's not what it's saying.
What is it saying?
It's saying if I want to speak against sin, see, let me show you something. If somebody wants to bring charges up on me, I'm just putting a subject out there that you're a liar and you feel offended and you want to sue me because I'm a preaching or teaching about you being a liar. I'm not pointing you out specifically, but my subject is about liar, right? If you want to sue me because I done taught a lesson or preached a lesson about liar, if you sue me, I don't need no attorney. The only thing I need is my word, the word of God, because I know how to go in and defend myself according to the word of God. That God says, what about a liar? A liar, he don't even want to look at them. They won't even be in his vicinity. So in other words, what a lot of preachers have done, you remember how back when we were coming up, the preacher had that big old Bible on the sacred Bible saying,
They
do
stopped
y'all see
doing
that now?
Yeah, you don't see that
Okay.
anymore.
You know what they have done? They have closed that Bible up and set it up under the altar.
It's on that little table that says when you do this in remembrance of me.
It's not even there
Yeah, it's not
anymore.
even there. The table is gone.
Matter of fact, they don't even respect the Lord's Supper table anymore.
The table is gone.
What do you think about them telling pastors, the government telling pastors that they can't preach hate from the pulpit, so they can't preach against homosexuality?
They can't tell the preacher what to preach.
They did though.
But that's
They have
because-
told them they can't preach
because-
if they have any kind of government funding for their
That's the only
organization,
reason why they
they
can tell them
cannot
what to do.
speak hate
That's-
from the pulpit.
It's just like I can't come in here and tell y'all how to run y'all show because this is your show. You
We
know
don't have
what I'm
no
saying?
government funding, but I'm saying
But no,
any church that
but I'm
has
just
government
saying.
funding cannot preach hate.
They
Quote hate.
basically they can't even preach the Bible.
Well, that's what I'm saying, because it's in the what they're saying is
Because-
from the word of God, but they're calling it hate speech
But
from
the
the
word-
pulpit.
Word of
Professor, you play domino, Professor?
Yes.
Okay, that's an old slang we still use playing domino. You sold your soul for a jello roll
Soul for a jelly roll.
because you done had a cheap five.
Yep.
And that's what a lot of them have done.
Been a cheap five.
Because they
Sold
won't.
your soul.
Sold your soul for a jelly roll. Because that's how much a jelly roll costs, about $5.
Wow. That's funny.
No, seriously.
I never heard that.
That's the reason why. That's the reason why a lot of them can't do what they know they was ordained to do because they want to quit the real. They want their glory right
They want
now.
that quick buck right now.
See, only thing is required for me to receive on this side of heaven is my blessing.
Because
When I get to the other
that's
side,
where your glory
ain't
is.
no
where
blessing
your
on that
reward.
side. It's reward then. On this side is number blessing. On the other side,
But
all
you got a
number
lot of
reward.
you got a lot of preachers selling their soul for that quick right now.
And guess where they gonna end up
They want the
at?
reward now.
Down in the bottom of the pit.
No, just call it what it is. They're going to hell.
Well, depends on.
If there's no redemption,
Yeah, if there's no redemption,
no reconciliation there.
but it's all, and I think this, and we went from
I was
sports
getting ready to
gambling,
say we done gone from gambling to church.
you know, but hey,
Hey.
let the show go.
Let the church say
but
amen.
I think that there's an in between that where they have the gnashing of the teeth, because once you give your life to Christ, you know, you can't take your own life back from
You
Christ.
talking about purgatory?
Well,
What
I
are you
don't,
talking about?
I don't know where it's not hell though, but you're gonna be. It's almost like you're gonna be outside watching what you could be doing.
Oh, it's what we somewhat identify as a big gulf.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
But not purgatory.
Yeah.
No, it's not. No, you're not going to hell.
No, but
But
no,
in the
that's
Catholic Church,
good.
they call that purgatory.
Yeah, and but okay.
I'm just saying.
I don't want to get into that part of the segment because
Okay.
that's another 2-hour part. Right
Oh
there.
my goodness.
That's the only part that the government actually acknowledged,
Mhm.
because once you become president, then they induct you into the Roman Catholic Church.
Uh-huh.
How many authentic Baptist preachers, pastors, you know they get called to the White House? I'm not talking about those that, you know, think they all that.
Talking about the little big ones.
There you go.
Yeah, come
You
on.
know,
Mhm.
everything gotta be a name,
Mhm.
and there's only one name
That you never call.
that saves souls.
Mhm.
Matter of fact, go back and listen to every prayer that a preacher have prayed. Did they actually use the name Jesus? Because guess what? I got family on my biological mother's side. I remember one time when I was praying, it was requested of me to say it in the name of Jehovah.
Ooh.
Okay, I had to let it be known. You don't need me to pray.
Right.
You don't want me to pray.
You don't want to
Because my belief is that in my Bible it says whatever you ask
in the name of Jesus.
Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the only way Jehovah will hear your prayers is through the name of his son.
In the name
Wow.
of Jesus Christ we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Are you rushing me when you did that?
What's
He
that?
is.
No.
He is.
No. I agree with you.
Because he said that off in quick
He
security.
did.
Because it rolls off the tongue so fast.
Oh my goodness.
I just said that.
So what do you have to say about sports betting? How you feel about it?
Man, when they start opening them gates up, I'm gonna put it on my
He's the
website.
last person you said.
So you gonna go to the states that allow it?
No. Here's the deal.
Because Texas ain't gonna do it.
But you don't have to do it. I got a friend in New York we talked to the other day, who has a site already ready to go, but he was trying to get legislation to do the same thing. So I'm going. Hey,
Have somebody called us before?
Ira.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna put it on the website.
Real quick.
And I'm not sports gambling out of Texas. I'm doing it out of New Jersey.
So my question is, can we, if it's not legal in Texas, can you still do it online?
Yes, you can.
Yeah.
Because
Online is nationwide.
yeah, because the
Okay.
jurisdiction. Well, you couldn't do it in the states online, but you can do
So
it.
you could be sitting in Texas
and still
online
get this one.
gambling.
Yeah, you can do it outside of the states.
Well, where your witness go
Okay,
go?
let me show you the difference here right
Pop or
quick.
something like that. There's a lot of
Let me show you the
sites.
difference here. Okay.
Mhm,
Who said gambling was okay?
Mhm.
No. I mean, okay, was it the state that
The
said?
government.
No,
Okay,
the Supreme Court said
Okay,
Supreme
they are
Court of
who?
the land.
They are who?
they are the law of the land.
No, they are the feds.
Yeah.
So in other words, fed has
Jurisdiction over.
domain.
Yeah.
They've given authority.
But they did leave it up to the
To the
state.
state to say if it's okay or not.
You see.
So if I'm
So my thing is, how you cause y'all, if you can leave it up to the state to do that, right? Well, why in the hell you can't leave it up to the church to do what it do?
I got you.
Mm-hmm.
I got you. You know why? Because the church ain't paying the government money.
Yeah, we do.
This-
Uh-huh.
Y'all don't pay tax. The churches, nonprofits do not pay money.
But those that's in there.
Oh, those that in there are
Okay,
paying.
now let's identify who the church is then.
The church is the people.
There you go. It's not the building. Cause let me tell you something. When I go to the bank, they don't look at. They didn't look at my church as a church. They looked at it as a business.
Mm-hmm.
But it's
They told me I needed a board. They told me I needed articles. That's a business.
that is a business. But now it's nonprofit. Don't you do the same thing too?
I think I still got your articles.
Yeah.
Your book is downstairs in the
Can I
garage.
have it back when you get a chance, please? I
No,
was
you
looking
didn't bring me
for
no
it.
chicken.
I didn't bring you some chicken. Why?
No, you didn't bring it when you were sitting out here.
I couldn't bring it up
No,
here.
yes, you could.
No.
Why does
Put it on the air.
this conversation
Just
always
saying.
go to chicken and
Because he was sitting out there teasing me. You can't have your book.
anyway?
Am I not the Benchwarmer family?
Wait, is that not his book? How come he can't have
It's my
something
book
his?
now. It's been in my possession for about 3-4 years
You
now.
sure
The
have.
possession is possession is 1/3 of the law.
1/3 of the law.
But
1/10
anyway,
of the law.
but the point I'm making here, you see the valid point that I'm making
Yeah,
here?
I see what you're
They-
saying.
Make a valid point. Valid
You
point.
know, but
They can
see,
tell the governments can tell. Okay, this is what y'all can do. Because here's the deal. You know how much money that they will make off of sports gambling?
I know
It's like
how
astronomical.
much the state would make.
The state, yeah, the state.
See,
But
let me tell you
but
something.
it's
It won't be long. It won't be long before there's some Solomon and Gomorrah still. put
Oh, yeah.
together.
Wait.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh
And
yeah.
we
know
know
that.
how God felt about them. He said, I have no tolerance
Took
for
them
them.
out.
Matter of fact, you can't even go and find where the cities ever existed.
Right, because he took him out.
Took him out.
And only
Look at him.
one.
Jamming.
Y'all don't even understand what's going on right
I
now.
know. Golden State's up 78-70.
The Golden State Warriors are on a 19-4 run.
Steph out there
Steph
dancing
Curry
going
has
on.
hit 5 3-pointers in the third quarter alone.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't even understand why he's doing this
See,
shit right now.
Can I tell you something right there? This is 75% of my members at the church.
Why is that? Why you
Because
say
he's
that?
Christian and the game be on. He ain't paying attention.
Hey, I know I be making good points, but when they shot, that good.
Because they got the little phones on.
They
Watching.
got the little
Earpiece
earpiece
on.
Oh my goodness.
Listen to the Cowboys, something like that. Yes! Preacher, preach! Go run, Ezekiel.
Who your pastors? Zeke or...
Go run it, Zeke. I mean, go run it, Pastor.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he still didn't hear you.
I know.
I heard him. Yeah,
But-
that's the look at this. Oh, that's all Curry been doing this quarter, shooting 3. He is 5 of 8 in the third quarter from 3-point range.
Golden State's up 80-70.
He got to show out for his babies.
Houston gonna have to take care of some business.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so sports gambling. Let's get back to that real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Am I going to have it on the website? Yes, I am.
You know what?
Oh yeah,
You gonna let me say that again?
I am going to put sports gambling on my website.
Oh, okay.
Can I-
Can you elaborate on that? What do you mean by
What
that?
that means is I've got a friend that already has this stuff set up, and he was waiting for this ruling to come down.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to have it run on my website.
Can I give you a warning before you do that?
Sure.
If you don't mind.
No, I'm not, but you're gonna give it anyway.
Not really, if you don't
No,
want.
go ahead, go ahead.
When all this go on the blink,
You wonder why.
Well, I mean, but we play fantasy football. That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about fantasy
We don't-
football.
we
stuff
don't
like that.
gamble.
Don't
It's like we
say,
don't bet no
don't
money
say-
on it. We just playing.
don't say we.
We play dominoes. We play cards. We play all of things.
Yeah, but-
if there's no
but-
money
but
on the
when-
table, that's
yeah.
not gambling. I'm just saying. I've
I'm
never
saying.
put no money on the table.
I've
If
gone-
that's the only type of,
I've
when you
gone-
can have enjoyment when you play a game.
No. But I've gone and on golf courses and bet on the shot or something like that. $2 or
That's
$3 on the
gambling.
shot. Yeah. Okay. But let me ask you a question though.
Don't you do it.
And Pastor said this too. Is gambling wrong?
Is it in the Bible, Pastor?
If you're spending money that
Let me share with you.
Preach, preacher.
Everything God made, and look at this one word, was good.
Yeah.
Okay?
Was
When you find in the Bible where they cast lots, you know what they were using? Instruments like dice. But it wasn't no, come on, mama need a new pair of shoes, baby
It was
need
This is rent. I need something.
It wasn't like that, okay? So we have taken some of the things, we might take everything.
Everything that's supposed to be made for good.
We done
You
turn
turn
it back.
dancing, music.
But that's even wine.
Huh?
That's even wine.
Yeah.
Even what?
Even wine.
Wine.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
that's
right,
even wine. We
right.
open that up and say,
Yeah,
hey, because it's.
don't.
Oh, I'm sorry about that. Oh.
Hey.
We talking about
gambling.
We talking about your stage.
I'm just
I
saying.
gotta go in the upper room.
I'm just saying though. I'm saying this right here. I mean,
Wow.
I'm saying this right here. The only time something is a sin is when you overindulge.
And that's scripture.
If you let's say I got $5 in my
Do we have
pocket.
any comments there at security?
No,
I'm looking up the word of God as it pertains to
let's say if
gambling.
I got $5 in my pocket, it's $5 in my pocket. It ain't gonna do nothing. I'll probably go out and buy a Coke or something like that, or something with this $5. And I decide, hey, you know what? Let me go put $5 on such and such. Well, number one, I'm not gambling money that I could use for paying rent or something like that, or anything
But are you
like that.
doing it for fun or
That-
you
No,
doing
it
it
could
for
be just
gain?
Can I show you
It could be
something?
just
Wait a
for
minute.
fun.
No,
If it's just for fun, I
Don't
think that
you
it's
know-
okay.
don't
But I
you
think if it's
know
for gain,
That $5.
Go to the
to
church.
feed your
No,
family,
no.
put gas in your car.
You know what North Texas Food Bank can use with that $5? Do with that $5?
$5.
No, it can feed at least 100 people.
Why for
Yeah,
$5?
but if you
Rice
put it that way, then guess
But
what?
they
Everything.
can feed.
If you put it that way, then everything you do with your money that has nothing to do with nothing. Let's say I want to take $5 and buy me a soda. Well, you know that $5 can go. There's starving people in Africa.
No,
You know, but if I decide for a gaming purpose, say I'm just gonna put $5 on the Warriors to win, and that $5 was not going nowhere else but just in my pocket because it was gonna be there for the next 3 or 4 weeks if I wasn't gonna do nothing with it anyway. That's not gambling. I mean, that's gambling, but that's not necessarily a sin.
Okay, well, here's the scriptures that they said about gambling.
I had one that came to my mind. I always
You go ahead and say yours.
Hebrews 13:5.
I bet it's in here. There it is.
What did it say?
Keep your lives free from the love of money and be content with what you have. Because God has said, never will I leave you, never will I forsake you.
Hey.
Wait a minute.
I'm not doing that
Don't
saying
you
you own
know?
it.
Don't you know when one gambles, what they have done is excluded God. Because God said, I will supply all
Your
your
needs.
needs.
Yeah, but
Wait a minute, let me finish.
According to.
His
riches and glory.
Wait a minute, that ain't the end of it.
Yes.
The bonus
Rich
is
preacher.
when it said, and I will do this through my son. And we often leave
And all
out his son.
I'm saying is I'm just
That's all right.
I'm just doing to see what happens. You know, it's not
You're
that I'm
not
trying to
gonna
get rich
have a
off of it.
restful sleep tonight.
Wait, it's not like
You're not gonna-
hold up, it's not like I'm trying to get rich off of it.
Yeah,
What
yeah,
do
you
I
are.
No, I'm not. No, I'm
If
not.
you
I
are.
disagree
Huh?
with my husband when it comes to that, I give him to the Lord, don't I?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Don't speak it.
Okay.
Don't speak it.
Okay.
Because it is in the Bible.
I know.
When your husband falls from God
Be quiet.
and turn
Meek
it
and
over to the Lord.
gentle spirit.
Continue to show that spiritual example before him, that it will win him back to the Lord.
Amen.
One more verse.
Man,
Come on with it. Come on, Lewis. Come on.
I got
This is my
five in
Hey,
here.
no. This is-
I
I got $5 that y'all wrong.
This deacon
I got
professor.
5 verses. I'm telling you.
Deacon professor.
Yes,
Deacon-
it is
you-
Deacon Professor.
No, you
We
identify
do
somebody
call
else.
I want to say Proverbs 13:10 or 13:11. Is that in there?
It's not in this list, but I wouldn't be surprised if you
It might
got.
be a cross reference.
Yeah, it might be a Crawford's. Okay, so Proverbs.
Do Proverbs 13. Try 13:11.
Boy, this show don't left.
Hey, you know what? It's so funny, Cedric. You can't stop the Lord.
You want me to show you what
You
to
can't.
do?
You can't
Take
stop
out that 4. Take out that number 4. You want me to tell you what number to replace it with?
What it
What
say,
does it
Lewis?
say?
What it say? Dishonest money dwindles away, but whoever gathers money little by little makes it grow.
Okay.
Wealth from get-rich-quick schemes quickly disappears. Wealth from
And
hard work
that's
grows over
it.
time.
That's
And
it.
That's the New
and
Living
then-
Translation.
And it
That's
goes
what I'm trying
back,
to get
and
to,
it
yeah.
goes back to the verse previously.
Mm-hmm.
There was one word in there. Okay, go back to it and read it if you don't mind.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
I feel like I'm in church.
I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you.
This is how you answer
Keep
questions.
your lives free from the love of money.
Right. Keep your life free from what?
The love.
From what?
The love.
From what?
Love.
From what?
Love.
From what?
This is the
Can I
411
get glory in the house?
BenchwarmerRadioNetwork.com. I am the Benchwarmer. We're about to get out of here.
No, see that's just like saying
Wait.
Satan want to run.
Every time you ask me a question, I'm gonna give you a verse out of my answer. No, it's wrong.
All I'm saying is this.
It's nothing wrong with money. It's nothing wrong with
No, it's
having
not.
money. But when you start loving the money,
Wait, hold up. If I loved it that much, I wouldn't be getting it because I never win. So that's not the definition of loving the money.
well,
Whoever
see,
loves money
the
never
Lord-
has enough. Whoever loves wealth is never satisfied with
There
their
you go.
income.
There you go. Right
Ecclesiastes
there.
5:10.
And I'm gonna show you.
But you made
What's
the point though. Whoever loves money, I've never been a
wait a
lover
minute,
of
wait a
money.
minute. What did they say about rich folks? Rich folks.
They can't get to the eye of a needle.
Yeah, but no. It also says rich folks won't share because they gonna hold on to their
No,
money.
but I've never been a lover of money.
You sure about that?
No, I'm positive about
You sure
that.
about that?
But
You sure about that 5 minutes?
So-
You sure about that 5 minutes?
Are you sure about that? Are you sure about that?
Well, I could have been.
You need me on that wall.
For the
You
love
want me on that wall.
We're going all kind of movies.
I know, you want to cross reference movies.
Yeah. 1 Timothy 6:10, for the love of money is a root of all kinds of evil.
Yeah.
Some
Not-
people
wait a minute,
eager
wait a
for
minute,
money. Huh?
Some.
Some.
Yeah. Not the some.
Some people eager
No,
for
no,
money.
This is all kinds of
No,
people.
no,
You
no.
say
It's
so.
all kinds of
No,
evil.
you sure about that?
Sure about that 5 minutes?
You sure about that?
Sure about that.
Are you sure about
I'm
that?
sure about that.
Wait.
It says all.
All means all, and that's all
Now,
that all means.
let's do this with that all. It's a capital A, a capital L,
All
and a capital L.
means all.
Means
and that's
it's
all
nothing
that
left
all
out.
means,
Wait.
right?
I am not a lover of money.
I didn't say that.
Some people
It's a
eager
strong
for
love of money.
So why
have
you?
wandered from the faith and pierced themselves with many griefs.
Can I share
That's
something
the
with
last
you?
part of
Can
that
I share
verse.
something with you? Can I,
Love of
you
money.
know what? Every time I go up 45,
Eager for money.
35, I get tempted.
Mm.
You want me to tell you the reason why I get tempted?
Windstar right there.
No.
Choctaw.
I see those billboards,
For Windstar.
Powerball,
Oh yeah,
Maybe.
the lottery.
and I'm saying,
I ain't never
okay.
played. I think I played one time.
But the point, but I'm so in control of that. I don't buy. Cause guess what? I trust that what God can do. I'm already a millionaire.
Hallelujah.
What God is doing,
Hallelujah.
I'm already a billionaire.
Hold up. I'm right there.
Love,
So why you have to gamble?
No, because I just, because that's, you just, you, every once in a while, like I do fantasy football, and we put $25 up.
So-
Not just because, it's just for the gaming is part of it.
we gotta talk about that fantasy part.
And fantasy football,
You know,
next off the chain. We do it for the game
It's
part of it.
fun.
It's
but
fun.
I don't do the money part.
It's just
Ours is
fun. I
free.
put it for the, that's for the game part. I don't
We just have-
expect to
it's just for
win
the
at all.
competition.
I do not expect to win at all. Heck, Kevin wins all the time. So, fool, Kevin.
Why you busting him out?
he wins all the time.
You busting him out as a gambler.
Anyway, you know, our time is run short.
Oh,
Say.
question for next week. Hold on.
Question for
We
next
got
week.
the question for next week. The he say, she say question for next week is not knowing the passwords or access codes to your spouse's email, social media accounts called being naive or called trust. If you ask for your spouse's password to those things and he or she refuses, how would you feel? Does that say anything about your relationship?
We'll answer that next week.
Okay.
Answer that
My
next
wife
week.
don't have passwords.
We'll answer that next week.
She don't.
I'm her password.
Oh Lord.
All right. This has been the 411 Sports Talk Radio on ForumRadioNetwork.com. Thank you, security. Thank you, Professor.
Yes.
Thank you, Pastor.
Amen.
Thank you
team.
to our special
Our
guest.
special guest,
Make sure
Connie.
you get your tickets
Yes.
to Mommy I Forgive You, the play, starting on June 9th.
June 9th, yes.
Yep.
Did you give
And
me a ticket?
we
Okay.
gave away the tickets. You missed it. You was out there eating.
Tickets come with the chicken. All right.
Go to Eventbrite or go to Connie Fernandez on Facebook and contact her directly to get your tickets.
All right. This has been 411 Sports Talk Radio on ForumRadioNetwork.com. We are gone.
Amen.
Yes. With our outro music.